Wake up, sleepyhead. It's time to wake up, Dr. Tenma.
Here are this morning's headlines.
Looks like roles have been reversed. It should be a princess like me who's awoken with a gentle kiss.
Mr. Liebert, former head of commerce in East Germany,
when did you
has
get
fled
here?
with his family to the west.
I guess you did forget about our date, didn't you, Kenzo?
I'm here in Dusseldorf,
No,
where the East German trade
I didn't
commissioner who
forget.
fled to the west appeared before the press yesterday along with his family. Mr. and Mrs. Liebert appeared to be in fine spirits along with their fraternal twins. The family will remain in Dusseldorf for an unknown period of time before moving to a home provided by local government authorities. We'll be following this story with great interest.
I feel like I'm still so
Opera singer
exhausted.
Mr. Rosenbach is
Hey,
reported to
wake
be in
up.
critical condition
Look at the
after suffering a
TV.
subarachnoid
They're talking
hemorrhage
about
incident,
you.
but seems to be recovering well after undergoing surgery. Dr. Heinemann, director of Eisler Memorial Hospital, where this surgery was performed, is holding a press conference now. We take you there live.
Mr. Rosenbach's diagnosis showed a ruptured aneurysm in his cranial artery. The operation went smoothly, including the successful clipping of the patient's cerebral hemorrhage.
Mr. Rosenbach has quite a large following. What are his chances of a full recovery?
Yes, well, we will certainly do whatever is necessary for him to be able to sing again.
Dr. Heinemann's surgical team has completed many difficult surgeries, including Mr. Rosenbach's. However, with this latest success, they have affirmed our country's status in the medical world.
Isn't that wonderful, Kenzo?
It wasn't even about me. It was all about your father.
Well, that may be true, but it's only because you did such a wonderful job last night working as part of Father's team. I'm sure he appreciates all your hard work, since you're the one responsible for raising the hospital's reputation.
No, I'm the one who should be grateful. I mean, after all, it is thanks to your father that I'm actually able to work here in Germany.
Hang in there, Kenzo. If you stick with Father, your future's guaranteed. It won't be long before Father becomes chairman of the board. Soon after that, you'll become chief of surgery, and then chief director. Which means I'll be the director's wife. You better make me happy, Kenzo, because hardship doesn't suit me. You still want to go out on that date? Or should we just...
Blood pressure 128/64.
Spatula. I will now scrape the pyramus.
Whoa. As usual, you did a magnificent job, Dr. Tenma.
Thank you very much.
But it seems to me that your talents extend beyond the OR. Well, you're the head of neurosurgery at such a young age. You've become the golden boy for both the director and the chief of surgery. And on top of that, you've even captured the heart of the director's daughter.
What exactly are you trying to say, Doctor?
Sorry. I'm not suggesting you've done anything wrong here. After all, hospitals are ruled by politics. Come on, you do realize that you're being used by the director now, don't you, Dr. Tenma? I mean, take that amazing surgery you performed on that opera singer. He acted like he performed it himself, even holding a televised press conference. Well, if he is using you, then it must mean that you are gifted. When you do become successful, don't forget about good old Becker. I'll buy you a drink next time, eh, Tenma?
May I help you?
Are you Dr. Tenma?
I am.
Give me back my husband.
Huh?
Give me back my husband! Just tell me, why didn't you operate on my husband?
Who are you?
My husband was dying and he was brought to this emergency room first. He came in long before that stupid opera singer was here. But you made him wait to be operated on. Everyone says you're supposed to be the best surgeon in this entire hospital. Why?
I remember now. I was about to start surgery on a Turkish man injured in a construction accident.
Dr. Tenma!
Yes, sir?
You shouldn't be here right now, Doctor. Get over to OR1 immediately. These are the director's orders, Doctor, so please hurry.
Why? If you had operated on him, he would have survived! Why? Bring him back to me! Bring him back!
And then my friend and I started fighting over that dress. It was the only one they had in that size. Can you believe that? But don't worry about it. Of course, it was mine in the end. Hey, are you listening?
Huh? Yeah.
Is there something wrong? You seem distracted.
I checked the records, and the surgeon who operated on the Turkish man was Dr. Becker.
Why are you still talking about that?
If you look back over the charts, they clearly show what happened. Becker took too long to treat that man. I don't know, but I think if I had performed the surgery on him, I might have been able to save his life.
Do we have to talk about this at dinner?
But what does she want from me anyway? I was just following orders from the director when I performed surgery on that opera singer. I'm not responsible. Well, am I?
Well, of course not. After all, people's lives aren't created equal.
Yes, one of the neighbors called in.
How many shots were fired?
5 or 6, sir.
Who lives in this house?
Well, it seems to be the residents of the Liebert family who recently fled here from East Germany.
This is going to turn into a big mess. We'll charge in there to the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. This is bad.
What happened here? Someone's there!
There appears to be one survivor, a girl. A man and a woman are dead. A boy is in critical condition. I repeat, one boy is in critical condition.
An emergency. A bullet to the head. Is that boy the only patient?
Yes, his parents were DOA. It seems to have been a robbery.
All right, then. I'm about 5 minutes out. I should be there shortly.
Oh, Father.
Evening, Dr. Heinemann. I'm terribly sorry for keeping your precious daughter out so late.
What are you talking about, Tenma? It's all right. Ava is your fiancée, isn't she? Now, what are we all doing standing here? Come in, have some tea. So tell me something. Have you notified your parents in Japan about your wedding date yet?
Yes, sir. But my father runs a small hospital back home, so I'm not sure if he'll be able to take the time and come all the way out here to Germany.
Well, wouldn't it be a good opportunity for him to take some time off and enjoy a leisure trip overseas?
Yes, they should come. We're taking care of the expenses anyway.
Thank you very much, sir. I'm completely indebted to you for everything you've done for me.
Did I ever tell you that when you first arrived here in Germany, I thought you were a high school student? And now you're the best young doctor at Eisler Memorial Hospital.
By the way, Kenzo, I want to talk to you about your current research on cerebrovascular spasms and subarachnoid hemorrhages.
Oh, good. I've been creating a model of a subarachnoid hemorrhage in a dog.
I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to cancel the project.
But, sir...
I have been asked to speak at the next European Medical Convention, and of course that means preparing a sharp presentation. That's why I want to have you compile my manuscript.
Well, sir, my research is very close to being completed. I'm almost finished.
By the way, Ava, did I tell you what happened earlier today?
No, Father, you didn't. What happened?
A suspicious group of civilians forced their way into the hospital. They were protesting the operation we performed on the opera singer. They claimed we pushed back the case of a Turkish man who'd arrived at the ER first. They got the whole thing wrong. That's not how it happened. That Turkish man was operated on first. There was not a thing wrong with our procedures. Right, Tenma?
Yes, sir.
Apparently, they think we're some kind of charity or something. Our priority is to progress as medical scholars before we save lives. Don't you agree? In any case, I do want you to work on my manuscript. I have great expectations of you, Dr. Tenma.
I appreciate that, sir. Where's the patient?
They just brought him in.
How's he holding up?
Blood pressure 72/50. His pulse is at 137.
The bullet entered through his forehead. We need x-rays immediately.
Yes, doctor.
Oh, Dr. Tenma.
Who's this?
She's the twin sister of the little boy we just brought in.
Any injuries?
No, but she seems to have sustained a serious psychological shock.
Yes, what is it?
Dr. Tenma? The boy's x-rays and CT scans are ready.
I understand. I'll be there shortly.
It entered the front of the head and stopped deep in the center of the brain.
Yes.
This one is definitely going to be difficult. The bullet is touching the left side of the middle cerebral artery. Here.
Will you look at that? Dr. Tenma is absolutely right. This one won't be easy.
If you jostle the bullet even the slightest bit, then the artery could rupture and cause a massive hemorrhage.
Hey, sorry I'm late.
Dr. Becker, you're supposed to be on duty. I don't understand how you could be so late.
We'll do a full frontal craniotomy and remove the bone fragments and contaminated brain matter. Then we'll remove the bullet very carefully, and lastly repair the arterial wall. But with a little hard work and some luck, I'm certain that we can pull it off.
Blood pressure 120/80, pulse 92. He's looking good.
The anesthesia's taken effect.
Oh, there you are, Doctor.
Yes?
You shouldn't be here. You're needed in operating room 1 immediately. It's critically urgent. Mayor Rodecker has suffered a cerebral blood clot. He's being transported here by helicopter. They're scheduled to arrive in 10 minutes.
Then, I think the best thing is to contact Dr. Boyer.
There's a chance his carotid artery is blocked. If that's the case, we want you to operate on him.
But, sir, I can't do that. I was just about to begin surgery on that young boy.
Here. It's an order from the director.
Hello, this is Tenma.
Hello, Tenma. Take care of the mayor, will you? I've contacted Dr. Eisen and Dr. Boyer. It'll be good to have that extra support in case you need it.
But, Dr. Heinemann, I was about to start another operation right now.
Forget it. Just let Dr. Becker take over that one.
With all due respect, sir, the patient I am about to operate on has a bullet up against his left middle cerebral artery, and it could turn into a very complex surgery. But I am confident I can save him, Director. So I'm going to let Dr. Boyer take care of the mayor. I'm the only one who can perform this surgery on that boy.
Tenma, I'm expecting you to do everything in your power to save the mayor. You need to understand something very important. In the next review of medical facilities, the mayor has promised our hospital a very generous increase in funds. We can't have him die just yet. Do you understand? I'm expecting you will do this. I'm counting on you, Dr. Tenma.
Yes, sir.
The mayor has just arrived on the heliport, Doctor.
After the CT scans are done, do the angiogram.
We need to confirm where the artery is blocked. About time to get ready, Dr. Tenma.
Yeah, we're all counting on those brilliant skills of yours.
Apparently, they think we're some kind of charity or something. Our priority is to progress as medical scholars before we save lives. Tenma, don't you agree?
But what does she want from me anyway? I was just following orders from the director when I performed surgery on that opera singer. I'm not responsible. Well, am I?
After all, people's lives aren't created equal.
Bring him back! If you had operated on him, he would have survived! Why? Bring him back to me! Bring him back! Bring him back! Bring him back!
Well, is something the matter, Dr. Tenma?
I have a surgery to perform in the other room.
Hey, where are you going, Dr. Tenma?
His current blood pressure is 128/72, and his pulse is 88.
It looks like he's still under the effects of the anesthesia.
Live on, kid. Survive and have a good life. Oh, Dr. Boyer, how did everything go?
It looks like the procedure went smoothly on your side.
Yes, the surgery went well at least.
The mayor wasn't so lucky.
Really? Is that so? That's very unfortunate news.
You act as though his dying has nothing to do with you.
Huh?
The truth is, Doctor, that you're the one who abandoned our team. Just before surgery, too.
No, but wait, that child was brought in before
What
the
does it
mayor.
matter? Who the hell cares who came in first? The problem is, you selfishly left us a man short. We had to scramble to cover for you at the last minute, and somebody died.
Now wait a minute, just listen to me.
You upset the teamwork, Dr. Tenma. You are aware that I followed the director's orders, and I clearly instructed you to perform that surgery on the mayor, did I not? However, you chose to ignore that order.
But doctor, you have to understand, at that time
Success of a surgery depends on the trust among the entire staff. It's a team effort, and yet you decided to act on your own. I've already given my report to the director. He deeply regrets this incident. This will greatly affect our hospital's reputation. You have only yourself to blame.
Sir, wait! Please, wait!
Dr. Tenma, things are looking very good. At the moment, the boy's blood pressure is 114/82, pulse 84. Overall, sir, the boy's vitals are very stable.
I see. Well, that's good to hear.
I just want to say, sir, the operation was amazing.
After collapsing on a holiday retreat, Mayor Roediger passed away at the hospital where he was being treated. As soon as his sudden death was made public, people began flocking to City Hall with flowers, many reminiscing on the life of the mayor. A press conference has been held at Eisler Memorial Hospital where the mayor was taken.
Mayor Roediger's cause of death was a cerebral infarction caused by severe emphraxis of the inner carotid artery. We certainly did everything we could for him, but the condition caused intense swelling of the brain, and it resulted in the mayor's untimely death.
As for naming a successor, a city official explained that concrete steps will be taken to ensure a new mayor is chosen.
I've got to get some sleep.
We now move on to the murder of Mr. and Mrs. Liebert, which took place late last night. Judging from clues from the crime scene, police believe this might have either been a robbery or a politically motivated terrorist act against the couple, who had recently fled here from the east. A full investigation is currently underway. Tragically, one of the couple's twin children, a young boy, suffered a gunshot wound to the head. Although the surgery was successful, the boy has not yet regained consciousness and is still in critical condition. Now, the weather. The whole country is in for a clear sunny day.
It's a shame. I wonder what'll end up happening to the boy. In a way, I'm just like him now.
Mrs. Reinhardt in ICU is complaining that she's having a hard time sleeping. That said, do you think we can give her something to help her sleep? Dr. Tenma, are you listening to me?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, in that case, give her one halcyon tablet, please. That should help her get some sleep.
What is with him today? He's been spacing out all day long.
Hey,
Dr. Becker, it's you.
looks like you're going through a bit of a tough time there. Come on, fess up. Have you heard anything from the director yet? I did try to warn you, didn't I? I told you the hospital is ruled by politics. I knew what I was talking about, and if you had played your cards right, I'm sure your future would have been smooth sailing. Ah, well, I guess what this means is you and I are on the same boat now, my young friend. Oh, come on, Tenma, don't be so depressed. I know you'll get a chance to redeem yourself sooner or later. What do you say we go get some drinks? That'll put a smile on your face.
Hold on a second, nurse. Excuse me. I still need to get a statement from the girl. Will I be able to go in and question her now?
I'm sorry, Detective. This is not a good time.
Huh?
That girl has disappeared from her room.
What did you say?
Seems like she's always slipping out of her room and wandering all over the hospital.
Huh?
And so, the reason that Eisler Memorial Hospital has proven to be the nation's leading medical facility is, first and foremost, because we're blessed to have excellent personnel such as yourselves. And I'd like to take this opportunity to thank every single one of you for that. Unfortunately, as you all know, just yesterday the mayor passed away in our hospital. Of course, as always, we did our utmost to save his life. And because of that, this hospital's reputation remains intact. In appreciation, let's have a round of applause for Dr. Boyer and Dr. Eisen, who strived to the very end to try and save the mayor's life. I looked over your thesis, young man. You did an excellent job. Please keep up the good work. All right?
Excuse me. I'm so sorry. I apologize for what happened, sir.
Now, don't worry, my boy. What's done is done.
Director?
You did what you thought was best. You followed your heart. Why don't we just leave it at that?
Thank you, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? Now, a word from the head of neurosurgery.
Please, excuse me. It looks like I'm being called up there.
No, you're not, Tenma.
Allow me to introduce the newly appointed Dr. Boyer. Please make your way to the microphone.
But, sir, what does this mean?
If you wish to remain at this hospital, you may do so. But you'd better give up any dreams of furthering your status. It's not possible for irresponsible people such as yourself. I recognize your skill as a surgeon, but that is it. And you can forget about presenting any research papers at future conferences.
But, sir, please listen to me.
If you decide to transfer to another hospital, I have no intention of recommending you. In other words, it's useless for you to harbor any ambitions. You have successfully tied the noose around your own neck, Tenma.
Successful surgery requires teamwork. It's only with everyone's help and cooperation that we can hope to save lives.
Ava, please, you have to talk to your father for me. Make him see I haven't done anything wrong. All I did was operate on an emergency patient who was brought in first, nothing else. Wait, is that the engagement ring I gave you?
Spare me, Kenzo. You're such a fool.
Ava, why?
Dr. Norton, you're looking very handsome this evening.
Oh, thank you. You're looking especially beautiful tonight yourself, Ava.
It's quite ironic, really. I came to Germany after I discovered one of Director Heinemann's papers, and as soon as I get here, he takes me under his wing. So now it all makes sense. That paper I was so impressed with, it was probably written by someone else, someone he was grooming, just like he'd been doing with me this whole time. I knew that he was really just using me, but I was hoping that when I'd reached a certain status, I'd be able to make my own choices with what I wanted to work on.
Our priority is to progress as medical scholars before we save lives. Don't you agree?
That's not true. A doctor's priority is to save whoever he can.
After all, people's lives are not created equal.
Everyone's lives are equal. I don't care what they say. I am not wrong. He is. He tells me there's a flaw in my character. Well, what about him? He says he's a doctor, but he's just a greedy bastard. Bastard. Bastard! He'd be better off dead! I have to thank you. I have to thank you because you helped me open up my eyes as a doctor. So survive and live a good life. After all, I did throw away everything in order to save you. That's how far I went to give you your life back, and I would do it again.
You know your name, don't you? Your name is Anna Liebert, isn't that right?
I did try to warn you that all this was a bit too soon for her, Detective.
Isn't there anything we can do, Doctor?
She saw her parents get shot to death. She's fine physically, and I think her trauma-induced amnesia is natural, given the circumstances. Is there any chance you might be able to wait to get a statement from her after she gets better?
Not really. This is a very difficult case. One of the victims was a former East German diplomat. If we're not able to solve this quickly, the BKA will be all over our backs. Those guys always come here after the fact and try and steal the show from us. I haven't got time to take things easy. Oh, what if we do this? Yeah, we let her see her brother, and then she'll probably be so relieved to see him that it might help her regain her memory.
I cannot possibly agree to such a risky proposition. That's completely out of the question. Besides, I'm sure Dr. Tenma would never permit such a thing.
Tenma?
He's in charge of Johann, her twin brother.
Yeah, sure feels like I'm getting a runaround.
Hey, Dr. Tenma, you seem a little bit out of it. You all right? I mean, you are looking awfully tired this morning.
I've been so busy with emergency surgeries.
Wow, it seems like they've been working you to the bone. Well, ever since you were demoted from chief.
Well, I don't mind, really. It actually makes me feel better.
How are you really doing, Doctor?
I'm sorry. I've just been paged. I need to go.
Are you so sure it's a good idea to keep on going like this? Hard work won't get you anywhere.
Look at this, Dr. Heinemann. Look at all the gifts and letters of encouragement. Yes, there are mountains of them in his sister's room as well. The media keeps reporting on the twins' heartbreaking saga after losing their parents, and how they're now on their own. And this is what we get. As far as this hospital is concerned, with no one alive to pay their medical expenses, they're nothing but an inconvenience.
Now, so their story is a pitiful one. That works for us.
Huh?
It only means this hospital is garnering attention. Think about it a moment, Doctor. These kids are very valuable to us. Am I right or aren't I?
Yes, sir.
Why don't we do this? We'll give the media a photo of the siblings together. They'll probably be thrilled to have something like that.
Yes, that's something the media's been requesting for some time now. But the thing is...
Just do it. Don't be naive. It'll be a picture of the orphaned siblings struggling bravely to survive under the warm-hearted care of our hospital staff.
However, sir, the boy's attending physician says it is still too early to allow them to see each other.
Who's on this case?
It's Dr. Tenma.
Not anymore.
What's that?
There's no need to leave him in a position that's getting so much attention. Just take Dr. Tenma off the case.
Yes, sir.
This is a heartfelt gift from the citizens. Here, why don't you have one?
Thank you.
You're looking well, Mrs. Henkel. How do you feel?
I'm feeling quite well, Doctor, and I owe it all to you. Thank you.
We'll be removing your stitches very soon, so it won't be long until you're released.
You mean I'll be able to go home soon?
That's right. Just make sure you follow my instructions. All you have to do is rest.
Of course I will, Doctor.
She'll need regular doses of anticonvulsants and antihypertensives, okay?
Anna, wake up!
What happened to her?
Dr. Tenma! We brought her in to see her brother, and then she just started screaming and...
Why did you do that?
Dr. Tenma!
Take her back to her room.
Yes, sir.
Dr. Boyer, mind telling me what this is about and why the camera?
All this? Well, we wanted to commemorate the emotional meeting of the twins and then release a picture to the media.
Who allowed you to do such a thing? I should have been consulted. I'm the boy's doctor, damn it!
You've been dismissed as the boy's attending physician. As of today, he's my patient, so I made my own judgment that it would be fine for the twins to see each other.
Those children! You can't turn them into a media circus!
We were just following the director's orders, and I think it would be best for you not to fight him.
I saved this boy's life. It's my duty to protect him until he fully recovers.
Well, in that case, just take a look. As soon as he saw his sister, he reached out to her and began to cry. You see, he's regained consciousness and is reacting normally to stimuli, which means the surgery was a great success. So good job. Your work is done here. Now get back to your post. That's an order.
Damn it! Such idiotic clowns! So it was the director's orders? Don't make me laugh. Who gives a damn about what the chief says? Bunch of greedy morons. Their only motivation is their lust for power and money. Screw them! I'm not wrong. No matter what those bastards think of me.
Hello? Father, I'm home. Father? Are you in your room? Huh? Excuse me, Dr. Boyer. Claire, are you still in a meeting at this time of night?
Patients in this kind of chaos.
Can you tell us, please? Was it an accident or was it murder?
3 people died at the same time. Of course it was murder.
Are you part of the hospital staff? Tell us. Would you happen to know anything about this incident?
Out of my way. Let me through.
Hey, no one's allowed in.
I work here. I'm Dr. Kenzo Tenma.
Come on, step back. So, did you see anyone suspicious earlier tonight?
I'm sorry, sir, but I don't think this is the time to be...
Dr. Tenma! Dr. Tenma! The director and the
Doctor,
others!
calm down, everyone. Is the emergency room running smoothly?
Well, actually, we're swamped with emergency cases right now, Doctor. 2 patients are waiting to be operated on.
All right, then. I'll see what I can do.
Can you take care of the car accident victim with the brain contusion?
First, I'll go look over the x-rays. How about the other case?
The patient collapsed with a stroke.
Oh, doctor, I'd like to ask you a couple of questions.
I don't have time for this.
I understand, but this initial investigation is vital. Do you know of anyone who could have possibly held a grudge against the director and the others?
A grudge?
You have successfully tied the noose around your own neck, Tenma. Doctor, did someone come to mind?
No. Sorry.
Dr. Tenma! We have a problem. Those kids, the twins, the boy and the girl. They're gone, sir. We can't find them anywhere.
And is the little girl's bed empty as well, nurse?
I already checked, but they're both just gone.
What's going on? What the hell is going on?
In his mercy, he lent a hand to many who were ill and suffering. We will always remember his great accomplishments. Farewell, Dr. Heinemann. May you rest in peace. Amen.
Ava, I know it's difficult, but please, try to hold yourself...
Don't touch me! Give me my father back! I want him back! I want him back!
This whole funeral business is just too sad, Dr. Tenma.
Yeah.
Up until now, she was fed with a silver spoon as the director's daughter. But now suddenly, she's just another ordinary person. That's got to be quite a big shock.
How can you say that right now?
Sorry about that.
Dr. Tenma? I am Inspector Weisbach of the Nordheim-Westfalen Police Department.
Thank you for your efforts.
This was such a tragedy.
Yes.
Let me introduce you. Dr. Tenma?
I am Inspector Lunge. I'm here from the BKA. I've heard about your amazing abilities, Doctor.
No, I still have a long ways to go. Do you have any leads at all to the children's whereabouts?
No, but we have determined the cause of death for the director and the other 2 doctors. We have discovered traces of nitrate inside all 3 of their bodies.
So there were traces of nitrate? That's a muscle relaxant.
Exactly. I see you're not a doctor for nothing.
How could something like that end up in...
It was candy.
Huh? Candy?
It turns out the same candy wrapper was found beside each of the bodies. The same substance was also found in each of their stomachs. Tell me, would you have any idea where they might have gotten this candy? Or something else of that sort?
I wouldn't know where they got it from. If you don't mind me asking, how was the search for the twins going?
The BKA has taken over jurisdiction on this particular case from the local authorities. Please don't worry. As it stands, after investigating certain events, we believe all this could be tied back to the moment the twins' parents were shot to death. First, their parents defect from East Germany and are murdered soon after that. Then staff from the hospital where the children were treated are also murdered. Political terrorism may be a possibility. Those children might hold a major key to this whole mystery.
They need protection. Please do your best to find them, Inspector.
We certainly will.
Excuse us.
Interesting. A Japanese doctor demoted by the director, and then his engagement to the director's daughter broken right before the incident.
But the man was in the bar drinking at the time the crime was committed. It checks out. Mind if I ask you something? Why does your hand move like that?
Oh, this. I was just typing.
Huh?
I'm inputting all the information onto the hard drive in my head. And if I access the information... No, I still have a long ways to go. Dr. Tenma was actually quite modest about it when I commented on his well-recognized talents earlier.
The police, huh? What, are they thinking you're a suspect?
There's enough evidence to implicate me. Nothing I can do about it.
Don't worry about it. They were persistent when they questioned me, too.
God, I'm so exhausted. Once this whole thing gets settled, I think I'm gonna go back to Japan.
Huh?
I came to Germany to do research, but with everything that's happened, I see again. The most important thing for a doctor is to save lives.
Come on. Don't get all depressed on me now.
I'm just tired. So tired. Mr. Buchner, you're making great progress.
Thank you so very much, Dr. Tenma. I'm glad to hear it. Do you think I'll be able to work like I used to?
Yes, of course.
Good, because if I'm not there, I'll have no choice but to close shop.
However, you mustn't overdo it. I'll stop by your restaurant for a drink after you're released. And that's just to make sure that you're not overworking.
Say, Dr. Tenma.
Yes?
I heard that you were leaving this hospital. Is it true, Doctor? Don't quit. Please don't quit. Good doctors like you are so hard to find. Please stay. Please don't say you're quitting. Please.
Mr. Buchner.
Dr. Tenma, the chairman is asking for you. Right now, he's in a meeting with the board discussing how to fill the open positions. Until now, most of these posts were held by Dr. Heinemann's followers. It seems like there are going to be major changes. For example, the rumor is Dr. Eckner is being transferred to a small hospital in Bavaria.
I see.
Dr. Tenma, hold on. No matter what the chairman says, please don't give up. I want you to know we're all behind you. So please, don't leave the hospital.
Let me say this again. I'm performance-oriented, and that's the reason I'm making you chief of surgery.
What a life. I went against the director's orders and lost my position as chief. Then my engagement to Ava is broken. And then as soon as I decide to work as a regular doctor without hope of ever being promoted... Oh, God. What a life this is.
I'm sorry for calling you out of the blue, but I'd heard you'd been appointed chief of surgery. I'm truly happy for you.
Thank you, Ava.
Kenzo, that day at my father's funeral, I remember you were trying to comfort me, weren't you?
Wow.
It made me happy. A lot of things happened between us, but I'd like to start over. Kenzo?
Kenzo! Listen, please, forgive me, I was wrong! Let's start over! Kenzo?
The patient is hospitalized for a spinal cord tumor. His paralysis has accelerated.
I understand. I'll do the operation myself.
Excellent, Doctor. I'm glad to hear that.
Make the arrangements for the procedure.
Right.
I've had it with this damn flood. I thought the world would change when the Berlin Wall came down 6 years ago. And it did. For the worse.
It's true. They talk about a unified Europe, but we just keep getting dumped with the bad.
Yeah, the rate of unsolved crimes is definitely on the rise.
Inspector, we have arrived, sir.
Both victims had their throats slit. It isn't pretty.
Their identities.
Mr. and Mrs. Reichman from Stitch Drive. They were murdered in their home. We believe they were hidden away in a closet, but were washed out into the open because of the rising floodwaters. Another middle-aged couple murdered for greed. In the past 2 years, there have been 4 other similar cases across the country, all murdered the same way. Probably the same thief.
No. It's too premature to call these simple robberies. Judging from the data, for some reason none of these couples seem to have had any children.
Well, this couple didn't seem to have any children either.
Don't you think there are too many factors in common here to make the assumption this is just a simple robbery?
Well, sir, I'm just going by the fact that money and goods were taken from all the victims' homes.
It was, all of it totaling a small amount. Although this would make sense if it were the work of a single perpetrator.
Hold on, you're suggesting there's more than one?
2 of the homes in question had extremely strong locks and sophisticated alarm systems. But the perpetrator bypassed them and was able to enter without any trouble. Also, none of the couple showed any signs of struggle before they were killed, and the neighbors did not hear a single sound at the time the incident took place. Don't you think these were orchestrated all too well for just one suspect?
Yeah, maybe.
Do you know this man?
No.
Adolf Junkers, 32 years old. He's been arrested twice for larceny. In a robbery, he's the one who gets you through the front door. In other words, a lockpick. It turns out, he was spotted near the area in 3 of those 4 double murder cases.
Then he's got to be the man, right?
Or not. It's too early. Well, In any case, Detective, your job here is done. The BKA will take it from here.
Sure.
Oh, well, it didn't fly after all. Sorry about that. I've never flown a kite before in my life.
It was good. You almost did it.
Well, Doctor, do tell. How was your date last night?
Oh, well, she seemed like a nice girl.
Come on, Dr. Tenma, don't be coy. She's the daughter of a director. Don't tell me you just had dinner and saw her home.
Well, actually, there was an emergency call during dinner, so I had to come back to the hospital.
Hold on, you did what? You'd better rethink that all work and no play doctrine. You're gonna lose a great catch and regret it someday. Do you hear me? Hey, are you listening to a word I'm saying?
Ah, a kite, eh?
Good morning, Doctor. How are you?
Is this yours, Carl?
My grandpa gave it to me, but it won't fly. I think it's broken.
Maybe the alignment needs to be adjusted.
Well, Doctor, do you know how to fly a kite?
When I was a kid back in Japan, I used to do this a lot. Hold it up in the air now, all right? You ready?
How, like this?
Atta boy. Now here we go.
It's flying!
All right.
Oh, man. If I were as smooth as that, I'd have at least 5 lovers. Hell, maybe even 10. Seriously.
That's so awesome, Dr. Tenma.
Get better soon, Carl, so that next time you can fly it yourself, okay?
Yeah.
Today's surgery is a paracella meningioma extirpation. We'll proceed with a right pterional approach.
Yes. Everyone watch closely. The chief of surgery himself is heading up this one.
Brilliant operation. Just look at that. He's hardly retracted the brain at all.
He is truly a surgical genius. You residents should learn to treat the brain with such care.
This is terrible. An ambulance. Someone call an ambulance.
I didn't do it. This wasn't my fault. This guy ran into the street all of a sudden out of nowhere.
Is this the patient?
Yes.
How is he?
Well, we tried. But there isn't much we can do.
This man is a material witness in a case. It's important that we get his testimony since it may help us solve a string of serial murders, Doctor. We can't have him die on us.
But, Inspector, this patient is in very critical condition. Really, there's nothing else we can do for him here. However, there's a top-notch neurosurgeon at Eisler Memorial Hospital. If he comes here, he might be able to do something.
Neurosurgeon. That would be Dr. Tenma.
Thanks for coming all the way out here, Dr. Tenma.
What's his condition right now?
He is conscious, but a bit delirious. Also, one of his pupils is dilated.
It's been a while, hasn't it, Dr. Tenma?
Sorry, but do I know you from somewhere, sir?
It was 9 years ago. The director's funeral, remember?
Oh, yes, you were from the BKA.
Inspector Lunge, please do be sure to perform a successful operation for the sake of the BKA. The thing is, Doctor, this patient has to survive. He holds the key to solving a very important case.
Well, Inspector, I don't operate for the sake of the police. I do it for the sake of the patient.
Fair enough, Doctor.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I have an operation.
I hear you've become the chief of surgery. Well now, Doctor. You've certainly become very successful.
Yes, and what about it?
Nothing. At your age, it's quite an accomplishment. Aren't you next in line to become the director?
No, I still have a long way to go.
Those murders years ago at Eisler Memorial Hospital. Due to a lack of evidence, that investigation has seen very little progress. The only clue we found was the poison candy. This suggests it was a calculated act on the part of the killer. In that kind of crime, the killer always has something to gain from the victim's death.
What are you getting at, Inspector?
Nothing. Forgive me. In my line of work, the mind doesn't stop. I'm always thinking like this. In any case, rest assured, of all the cases I've ever handled throughout my career, not one has gone unsolved. No, not a single one.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. We'll perform a craniotomy to remove the hematoma. If we don't hurry, the brain hernia will worsen.
After the Eisler Memorial Hospital murders, no matter which way I looked at it, One person had everything to gain from the incident. And that is you, Dr. Tenma.
Thank you again for going to all this trouble, driving all this way.
No, don't worry. How's the patient responding?
Well, he is still conscious, but his right pupil does remain dilated. He's also got paralysis on the left side.
But he has already started rehab, hasn't he? The paralysis should go away. He's on the right track. Listen, I think the police want to interrogate him as soon as possible, but that's out of the question.
But, Doctor, that Detective Lunge is a very persistent man.
Right now, the patient's recovery is all I'm worried about. How are you feeling, Mr. Juncker?
I know you're able to speak. You have been identified at the scene of the crime of 4 murders involving middle-aged couples in the past 2 years. There's no point denying it. What do you say? Well, speak up, Mr. Junkers. All right, okay. I guess we'd better tell you that we already know that you are just a lockpick. Your job is strictly undoing locks. You couldn't have possibly slit their throats in one single slash with such cold-blooded grace, Junkers. No, that wasn't your work. Now, that means there had to be other accomplices involved. And I'm thinking there would have had to have been at least 3 of you in order to do both. Open a strong lock, and murder a middle-aged couple without resistance. That sound about right? We're almost through compiling a list of suspects who we already know are skillful with knives. It's only a matter of time before we're able to narrow it down to one name, whether you decide to cooperate with us or not. However, I must confess that's not really what I wanted to ask you about. What I would really like to know, Mr. Junkers, is why 4 couples from across Germany, and every one of the couples middle-aged and without children. Money and items were stolen, but we know the amounts were too small to justify murdering for a mere third of it. All right, so tell me, are you up for some negotiation? If you confess now, we'll dismiss all charges against you. So tell me, who is the person who hired you to do this?
Mr. Junkers, it's all right. It's all right. That's it. This interrogation is over right now.
I don't think so. We're almost there.
Get out of here! As a doctor, I'm ordering you!
Very well, but I'll be coming back at a later time. And just to make sure he isn't poisoned or that he doesn't disappear, I will assign a guard to watch him closely. That shouldn't strike you as odd. There always seems to be so much trouble happening all around you, Dr. Tenma.
What exactly are you trying to say?
Oh, nothing really. Well then, we'll keep in touch.
Hey, hold on. Where are you going?
Just going out for a walk.
He's not supposed to leave the room without permission.
Patients need to get fresh air every so often. We're just going out into the garden. You're welcome to come with us if you like, officer. It's nice and warm out here today. You are able to talk, aren't you? It's afternoons like this one that make you happy to be alive, you know? If it weren't for times like today, I don't think I'd be able to go on. Especially when you're here constantly seeing people having to fight for their lives. That's why it's easier for some doctors to think about their money, their research, or getting promoted. I used to be one of those guys myself. I wanted to get promoted and do my own research. I was positive that being successful in surgery was the way to the top. But after performing a surgery on a certain little boy, everything changed for me. He was the older of twin siblings. He'd been shot in the head. Saving his life reminded me why I had become a doctor in the first place. It reminded me that all human lives should be regarded as equal, and that a doctor's job is to save those lives.
Thank you.
People start over all the time. It's never too late, believe me.
Doctor, you know something. You and I are very close in age, but you're almost like a father to me. Doctor, you saved my life and you've protected me. That's why it almost feels like you're my father.
Well, it looks like I landed myself one big kid, huh?
Doctor, this one time when I was a little boy, I wanted this clock. You know, I'm sure you've seen those before. The kind that have a little nutcracker figurine popping out of it every hour.
I would stare at it for a long time, pressing my face against that display window at the store every afternoon. So I guess it's no surprise, Doctor, that was the first lock I ever picked in my life. But I was caught in the act, and I never got that clock. However, ever since that day, picking locks sort of became my job. And it all started just because I wanted that stupid clock. All I wanted was that stupid clock. I just...
You should just tell them everything. Tell the police everything you know, and just make a fresh start of it.
They're dead. All my friends, they were all killed.
Who did it? Is it this monster? The one that you mentioned before?
Do me a favor, don't screw it up this time. I went out of my way to set this one up for you. You know, she's the daughter of a state legislator. She is beautiful and intelligent, all in one package. In other words, perfection.
Well, we'll see about that. But you know what? All kidding aside, you're right. It is time for me to find someone.
Of course I'm right. The thing is that someone in your position without a wife just seems like, hey.
I'm sure you've seen those before. The kind that have a little nutcracker figurine popping out of it every hour.
This is it. Excuse me, about the clock in the window.
Hey, what's going on? You're already late for your date. What are you doing?
People start over all the time. It's never too late, believe me.
Officer? Excuse me, officer, are you out there? Hello? I'm ready to confess, but I'd prefer if Dr. Tenma were present. Where he could have gone? Hey, officer, I wanted to...
Listen, I know it's late, but can I go see one of my patients?
Yes, but of course, Dr. Tenma. What is it you have there?
I found something special. Hey, what's the matter? Are you all right? He's dead. Candy. Mr. Yonkers! Mr. Yonkers! It's the same as last time. Losing Candy. My patient's disappearing. Just like 9 years ago. Mr. Yonkers! Mr. Yonkers! It's me, Dr. Tenma.
Doctor! Stay away, Doctor!
Let's go back to the hospital, Mr. Yonkers. Everything will be all right.
Don't, Doctor! Don't come any closer! I'm begging you, please, don't look at him!
At who?
He's the one who killed my friend, and he'll kill you too!
Who are you?
Oh God, just run! Run away! Please!
It's been a long time, Doctor. It's me. 9 years ago, you saved my life.
9 years ago?
Have you forgotten already, Doctor? About the twins?
Johan. Johan.
That's right. That twin. You remember.
Run! Don't look in his face! He'll kill you! What do you think you're doing here? Mr. Junkers is my patient. Let him go!
What am I doing? An execution.
Don't do it!
Doctor, run! He killed my friends! Run while you can! Just get out of here! We were hired by him. He'd call us each time. A large amount would be wired to our accounts after each job. That way it seems if we had taken the money and split it, he had it all figured out!
It can't be. So the murder of those 4 middle-aged couples was ordered by... It was you.
The police started suspecting me and following me, so he wanted to get rid of us. Listen to me. The other 2, Fritz the Slayer and Big Boy Boris, have already been killed. Fritz said to me just before he died that we had... Oh my God, that we had been hired by a monster! He doesn't even blink at killing someone. It means nothing to him. Run, Doctor! He'll kill you where you stand. Just run!
You talk too much, Junkers.
Johann! Don't do this! Mr. Junkers doesn't know your identity, but I do. I was your attending physician. You are Johann Liebert, the elder of fraternal twins. You are the son of Michael Liebert, former advisor of commerce, who fled East Germany in 1986 as a political refugee to the West. If we know this much about you, you can't possibly escape. Don't add to your crimes, Johann.
Johann, huh? Yes, there was a time when I went by that name. But you know something, Doctor? Johann isn't my real name.
What are you talking about?
You must never know about my past. Not about those 4 couples, nor the Lieberts. But you're different, Doctor. You cared for me and you restored me to life. So I feel as though you're like a father to me.
Like a father?
The truth is, if it weren't for you, I wouldn't be standing here right now.
Stop it! You can't just go around killing!
Why not?
Why not? Because a human life is precious, don't you see that? Rescuing you opened my eyes. I was able to go back to being the doctor I should have always been. Saving your life made me realize that the weight of each life is equal. No one's better than anyone else. That's why no one has the right to take another person's life. As a doctor, I lived by those beliefs for the last 9 years because of you. What are you laughing at?
Doctor, I heard you were promoted to chief of surgery soon after that incident. I'm really happy, Doctor, that you were promoted to that position.
What are you trying to tell me?
You are where you are today because the director and the others died, right? I'm so glad I was able to help. That was a good thing.
Did you? Oh my God.
Isn't that what you wanted, Doctor? That's what you said, anyway. Right after I regained consciousness, that's what you told me. That you hated them so much, you wished they were dead.
I am not wrong. He is. Bastard! Bastard! He'd be better off dead!
All that I did was grant you your wish, Doctor.
I'm afraid. Oh, God. Save me, Doctor. I don't want to die. I don't want to die. Doctor!
I was supposed to die that night. You're the one who resurrected me, Doctor.
What a miserable downpour. I despise the wet weather. All it does is wash away the crime scene evidence when you need it the most. Well, wouldn't you agree, Dr. Tenma? All right. To summarize what you've told me so far, just to make sure that we piece it all together. Back in 1986, Liebert, a high government official, escaped from East Germany with his wife and 2 children. Right after they arrived, the Liebert family was attacked, the couple was killed, and the twin brothers suffered a critical gunshot wound to the head. You were the surgeon in charge of his operation, and subsequently saved the boy's life. But to everyone's surprise, as fate would have it, the boy kills the director, the chief of surgery, and the head of neurosurgery with poison candy, and then disappears. And last night, after 9 long years, out of the clear blue, the Liebert boy reappears and kills a state police officer with poison candy yet again. And right in front of your eyes, he shoots Adolf Junkers, your patient. He is none other than the very man that hired Junkers and 2 others to murder the 4 middle-aged couples across Germany. And his name is Johann Liebert. I believe that's the entire story, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
I think we're finished with the doctor. He can go.
I don't think that someone with Dr. Tenma's credentials or in his position could be responsible for such a crime. He has an alibi for the time the policeman was killed, and we didn't find any gunpowder residue.
Wow, good job, Nina.
If no one had been able to give him the answer, I have no doubt that Kronecker would have probably demanded we write a 50-page report.
50 pages if we were lucky.
I'll have to treat our savior Nina to something to eat. What do you say, Nina? A nice meal, just the 2 of us?
Oh, I'm sorry, Peter, but I have a club meeting today. Well, bye.
She turned you down again. Hey, Peter, how many times was that?
Come on, shut up. As if one of you losers could actually score a date with her.
Oh my gosh, if I'm late with my deliveries, the manager's gonna be furious. Hi, I'm home. Boy, am I hungry.
Oh my, the neighbors can probably hear you. You are such a child. Go and wash your hands, dear.
Yes, ma'am. Huh? Hey, Mom, you dyed your hair.
What do you think?
At your age, I don't think you should be dyeing your hair such a bright color.
I don't agree with you, Dad. I think Mom looks great.
Looks like she's going to some costume parade.
It's nice to know Mom is still young. Right? Hi, Dad. Oh, and that reminds me, speaking of costumes, I saw some kids dressed up from head to toe today.
Oh, yes, today's supposed to be the St. Hadrian costume parade.
Oh, I wish I had dressed up like that when I was a little girl. They were so adorable.
Huh? Yeah, you did dress up in a costume once. Isn't that right, dear?
Yeah, that's right. I'd completely forgotten.
Really? Let's see. It's around here. Oh, look, here it is. You were so cute.
Guess I did.
You were so excited and made such a fuss. Isn't that right, dear?
Huh? Yeah, I remember.
Costume parade, huh? Distant spring. I forlornly wait for a spring that will never come. Hannah. Oh, Hannah. Will you get over your breakup already? Huh? I shall send you the most beautiful flowers. I was born to smother you with flowers. That's so beautiful. Wow. I wonder who sent this. Uh-huh. I'm very impressed with you, Peter.
So, how have you been, Nina?
Well, I've been very well lately, Dr. Geidel.
That's good to hear. But of course, I could tell just by the look on your face when you came into this session that you were doing well. So, tell me, are you still having that nightmare? The one about the monster emerging from the darkness?
No, I've been sleeping very well. I've been so busy, I don't have time to dream. I wonder why I was plagued by such a dream night after night.
It's common for students to feel fear and anxiety. Expectations of the future mix up with other insecurities. People end up confused, losing sight of who they are. But who you are is something you can spend your whole life trying to grasp and never figure out completely. We're always projecting and trying to look into the future. We spend our whole lives looking for the answers, and we do the best we can.
Right, and that's what I'm doing. I want to become a federal prosecutor.
That's very good. All right, I think that brings us to the end of our session.
Bye, and thank you, Doctor.
Mm-hmm. Nina Fortner. Such a cheerful girl. But I can't help thinking that she's overcompensating or running from something. Something overwhelmingly dark.
Huh?
What do you mean, what? Don't act so innocent.
What in the world are you going on about?
I was born to smother you with flowers? I would never have guessed in a million years you had such talent for writing poetry.
I don't know what you're talking about. I wouldn't be able to come up with frilly stuff like that even if I stood on my head.
Then who was it? I only give my email address to friends and no one else.
Beats me. Damn it. What this means is some suave poetry guy is honing in on my girl.
Who then? Who could it be?
This was a bizarre murder that took place in Munich. After shooting the parents to death, the perpetrator strangled their 2 children with a rope. Grisly, really? Now, I would like you to explain the verdict using the records from all of the hearings. Nina Fortner. What, do you not understand the question?
No. Well, the trial was focused mainly on the cold-blooded murder of an entire family. The evidence.
Oh, so not even Nina has all the answers, huh? Nina? What's wrong, Nina? Nina? Are you all right? You want to go see the nurse?
I'm all right. I just felt a little ill, that's all. I was just listening to the professor, and
Huh? You mean that question about that murdered family?
Don't say that!
Is that it? I thought you were awfully brave, but I guess you're pretty sensitive, too. Did you watch a horror movie that totally scared you when you were a kid or something? I know exactly what that counselor, Dr. Geidel, would say. If you get back to the root of it, I think that you'll find it was nothing significant. Now go back to your childhood. Am I right?
That's it. I have no memories.
Huh?
I remember nothing before the age of 10. Where are my memories? My childhood memories.
Yes, those 2 were indeed a very nice couple. To think that they died in such a way. Huh? Children? Oh, now that you mention it, yes, there was a son. His name was Michael, I do believe. He was there for a year or 2.
Let's see, a boy. Do you remember if there was a boy?
Yes, there was. Wasn't his name Michael? He was 14, give or take.
Michael, you say? Yeah, I think I remember him. But why? Who are you, the police?
Yes, Michael Reitman. I remember him vaguely, but he was a student in my classroom. But he didn't leave much of an impression. I'm embarrassed to say it, but honestly, I don't remember him very well. I'm not sure if he had any friends. You see, there are no records left from then. Everything went up in a fire about 6 years ago now.
There definitely was a boy named Michael living here in Cologne until 6 years ago. And Michael's real name is...
Johann, huh? Yes, there was a time when I went by that name.
Who are you? What does it matter? What's the use? He's a serial killer, the older of twin siblings. That's all there is to it. Nothing else. What am I doing? Twins. His sister. Where did his twin sister go?
I will pick you up very soon. Who is this? He'll be picking me up very soon? But what does that mean? child. Oh, yes. There was a boy about 7 or 8 years ago.
So, Mr. and Mrs. Heine had taken a boy in before they were killed. And what was he like?
What was he like? That was quite a long time ago, and I think he only really lived with them for about a year or so. I honestly don't remember anything about him.
Wait, do you remember if this boy had a sister?
No, only the boy. Listen, I just want to forget about what happened to that poor couple. After all those horrible things happened, I almost moved away.
I remember that boy very well. Why don't you come up? I was about to have some tea. Come in, have a seat.
Yes, thank you. I was wondering...
Just have a seat. Go ahead, have some tea.
Thank you, sir.
You're a doctor, right? That boy was the one who told me. You are Dr. Tenma.
He's coming to pick you up? Who is he? I have no idea who he is. It was just an anonymous email.
Aw, you look so happy. You're not thinking this is Prince Charming on a white charger or a knight in shining armor coming for you, are you?
Why are you jealous? There you go, Nina, daydreaming again. It said I was born to smother you with flowers. Come on, that's so corny. How many boys do you know who write like that?
Oh, hold on, wait. There is a new guy in our class. You know who I'm talking about?
Oh, I've seen him. He's the guy who sits quietly in that legendary seat in room 12, where you're bound to be called by the instructor. But strangely enough, he's never called on.
That's right, and you want to know what else? He is always staring at Nina the entire class. He's the one.
What do you mean?
Come on, you know.
Prince Charming, who else?
All I know is that boy was extremely grateful to you. Yes, Dr. Tenma. He told me more than once that because you saved his life, you meant more to him than his parents.
What name did he go by, then?
Franz. But he did tell me it wasn't his real name.
If he opened up enough to tell you that much, it means he must have really trusted you.
He just showed up one day out of nowhere, really. Mr. and Mrs. Heine, who lived across the hall, took him in. He lived with them for about a year. No, actually it was 14 months to be precise, from March 1987 to April 1988. And then one day, out of the blue, he suddenly vanished. He really was very bright, that boy, and very well-mannered.
Did he visit you in your apartment very often?
Every day. I live alone, so I always welcome the company. He sat in that chair and would spend most of his time studying. He was able to master the English and French that I taught him in no time. By the time he disappeared, he was completely fluent in both languages. He was only 12 years old.
Can you tell me if there's anything else you remember about him? Anything?
He was always interested in listening to my stories. And what kind of stories do you think he liked best? Go on, take a wild guess. He liked my war stories.
War stories?
During World War II, I was on the crew of a U-boat. The boy's favorite story was about the time we were attacked by a destroyer of the Allied forces. We were at a depth of 120 meters. That's when we were attacked by the enemy. We had suffered a mortal blow, but we just kept going. We all waited in terror inside that creaking boat, enduring hour after hour. We had to endure that hell for a day and a half. Any ordinary child would have probably looked at this as another adventure story. But that boy was different. What he was most interested in was my description of ultimate fear. Yes, ultimate fear. That reaction of people on the verge of death fascinated him. That was all he was interested in. He toyed with fear.
So what was the expression on his face as he listened?
He probably had a gleam in his eye and a smile, I imagine.
Imagine?
Well, I cannot see Dr. Tenma. So no, I don't know the boy's real name, nor obviously do I have any idea what he looks like for that matter. Earlier you suggested the boy trusted me because he told me Franz wasn't his real name. I can assure you that he doesn't trust anyone. There's only one person that boy has trusted in his life,
And that's his sister.
Listen, I need your help. I'm looking for that sister.
He said he would go get her when she turned 20.
Where is she?
In Heidelberg.
See you later. Be careful on your scooter, honey. I will. Bye. See you later, Daddy.
Bye. And drive safely, okay?
See you later.
The time has come, hasn't it?
I know.
We made an agreement. We said we'd tell her on her 20th birthday that she isn't our real daughter.
Hold on a second. I'm not sure I can do this. What are you talking about? You wanted to meet him. You told him you'd wait for him here. It's better you didn't know. Don't mess it up. You're about to meet Prince Charming. Later. Wait, Clara, beate! How could they do this behind my back? It's him!
Here we go.
Hi, how do you do? You're Nina Fortner, right?
Yes.
Oh, good. Yeah. My name's Otto Huberman.
Oh, hello.
Reported a missing child with the police. Or there might be a newspaper article about it from 9 years ago. All I'm asking is to look through your archives from the past 9 years. I'm begging you. Wait, please! There mustn't be any more victims. The killing has to stop. Listen to me.
The boss is allergic to technology. Reduced versions, as well as the original archives from 9 years ago. And the rest of these are the articles that never did make it to print.
Thank you very much.
So, is that some sort of Japanese bow? Well, domo arigato. Let me say this. This doesn't mean that I believe you. I just don't have time to listen. Show yourself out when you're done looking. You got that? God. Why do I always have to deal with the weirdos?
Please. Please. Let me find it.
Much better. I'm so glad. I was really scared when you fainted like that, you know? I guess you really didn't like the boy we hooked you up with, huh? No, that's not it at all. I just felt sick all of a sudden. I need to apologize to him. Oh, never mind. You don't have to worry about him. Trust me. Huh? Well, it turns out when I talked to Otto, I found out he wasn't your Prince Charming on a white horse after all. Yeah, we asked, and he said he didn't know anything at all about those email messages. Oh, really?
So you're saying that you fainted right after you saw this particular boy at your campus, huh?
Yes.
Well, what did this fellow look like?
I only saw him for a second, so I'm not really sure.
And do you remember exactly what you felt at the moment when you saw him?
I remember I felt nostalgic. But maybe not. I don't know how to explain it.
Go on. Just take it easy. Don't force yourself.
Absolute evil.
Hmm?
I don't know how to put it, but yes, it felt just like when I used to have that nightmare.
Absolute evil, eh? It sounds more like it has to do with your religious beliefs.
I don't think so. I'm not really one to go to church regularly, but I think if I see this young man again, it might help to clarify things for me.
You're thinking this might help you recover your memory, is that it?
Yes.
I suppose that's one way to go about it, but I don't think you should allow this to disturb the peace you now have. It's important you continue to focus on your future and the road ahead.
Okay.
Don't worry. Just work up a sweat doing your Aikido and your anxiety should disappear.
Hey, Maurer. So did you pull another all-nighter?
Yeah.
By the way, I'm just wondering, were you the one who told that person he could use the file room?
That weird guy.
Yeah. I asked him what he was doing there, and he said you had given him permission to look through the archives.
Why, you mean he's still in there? Hey, you! Time to hit the road! Hey! Are you alright? Hey! Come on, heat up.
Thank you.
Good, isn't it? I always come here for breakfast.
So don't you ever eat at home, then? What about your family?
Haven't got one. My wife walked out on me a while ago.
Huh?
I was always too busy with the work. And before I knew it, my wife left with our daughter and moved back with her parents.
Do you ever think about trying to patch things up with her?
Why would I do that? She's the one who walked out on me. Why should I have to be the one to go after her?
Well, it just seemed like you regretted spending so much time at work.
That's complete nonsense. Work is priority number one, you hear? Any woman who can't understand such a simple fact is welcome to leave whenever she wants.
Sorry about that. I didn't mean to pry.
That's right. It's none of your business.
Oh, another thing. Please do forgive me, but you smoke too much. As a doctor, I recommend you cut back.
I told you already, it's none of your business. You're beginning to sound just like that wife of mine.
Well, what's so bad about that? It means she cares about your health.
Just mind your own damn business.
Is that Nina's birthday present?
Yes, I was finally able to finish it.
Goodness, I remember when her sweaters used to be this tiny.
Honey, do we really have to tell her? Does she have to know that she's not our real daughter? Why not just leave it alone?
You're right. There's no point in telling her that now. Nina's our daughter. That's all there is to it.
Mm-hmm. I'm home. Welcome back. I am so hungry. All I have to do is focus on my future. Yeah, maybe Dr. Geidel is right after all. See you tomorrow at 7 p.m. at Heidelberg Castle for your birthday. Tomorrow at Heidelberg Castle?
I'm a very busy man. I've been staring at newspaper clippings with you for 2 days. I admire your gumption, but don't you think it's about time you gave up? Hey, Doc. If, and I say if, I were to ask my wife to come home again, do you really think she would give it another go?
Yeah, if you kick the habit one day.
What is it?
Found it. 11-year-old boy goes missing. There's a possibility the child has been abducted, but there have been no ransom demands made as of yet. Address 16 Necker Street. Someone named Fortner filed a missing person report that day.
There should be some more information in here somewhere. Oh, here it is. Huh? Oh, man.
What is it? What did you find?
Hey, Doc, you said that killer would come to take his sister away the day she turned 20, isn't that right? If the boy in this article is her twin brother, well, see for yourself. His birth date is printed on it. Those twins are turning 20 today.
Hi, Dad. It's me. I just finished up at work. I'm going to be meeting up with a friend, and then I'll be coming home. Uh-huh. Yeah, at Heidelberg Castle.
Really? Your mom is making a birthday cake, so don't stay out too late.
Was that Nina, dear?
Yeah. She's meeting a friend before coming home. I'm wondering who this friend is.
Nina's a big girl now.
Maybe this will help me to remember things. I want to know who I really am.
So, Doc, what are you going to do if this girl is at the Fortuner's residence?
Whatever's going on, one thing's for sure. They're in danger. So I'll call the police and see if they can send over a car.
And you think the police are just going to show up? Relax, nothing's happened yet, Doctor.
But if we wait till then, it'll be too late.
Look, nothing's going to happen. Come on, it's just all in your head. Hey, Doc, listen up. I know what I'm talking about. I actually went to the crime scene of the fourth middle-aged couple murdered in Cologne. There was something unusual about those crimes. No motive, no vengeance, no bitterness, nothing. Yeah, it just seemed like whoever did this wanted to kill for killing's sake. I've been a reporter for a long time. Something tells me you're way off base this time around, Doc. Honestly, do you really think a 20-year-old kid could be such a cold-blooded killer? There's no way a kid would do something like that. It's something a whole lot worse.
How could it be any worse?
Hell, that's just it. I have a hard time finding the words to describe that case. Whenever I try to describe it, the whole thing just sounds so corny. But the truth is, that was the devil's work. One thing's for certain, Doc. If I had half a chance, I'd snuff that guy in a heartbeat. 16 Necker Street. This is it. Good evening. Sorry to bother you so late. Yes? I'm sorry to bother you, sir. My name is Maurer. I'm from the Heidelberg Post.
So you're a newspaper reporter?
Yeah. I'd like to ask you a few questions.
What about?
Well, the missing persons report that you filed for your son in 1986.
I've got nothing to tell you.
I'm sorry, sir, but you need to talk to us. Please, listen. We know that you have a girl living with you. The twin sister of the boy who disappeared 9 years ago. This is important. Please, answer me.
Son of a gun. I saw a cake. I just saw the mother in there. She was holding a birthday cake.
9 years ago, you took in a set of twins, and the sister is still living with you both, well, isn't she?
Please leave. Nina is our daughter. We are a family. It's that simple. Please don't cause us any unnecessary trouble. Just leave us alone, please.
You took in a pair of twins 9 years ago. The little boy had surgical scars on his head. The girl had amnesia, and the boy disappeared. Isn't that right?
Mr. Fortuner, listen to me. You've got to call the police now. All your lives are in danger, your daughter's and your own.
Mr. Maurer.
What? What are you talking about? What do you mean?
Look, it's very important we talk to your daughter.
Well, she isn't home at the moment. She's out.
Huh? Where? Where did she go?
She's gone to Heidelberg Castle. She said she was going to meet a friend there.
Please, let me borrow your car.
No, wait. We gotta call the police station first.
We don't have time to waste explaining things to the police. Give me the keys quickly.
All right. You go on and I'll call them myself.
Thank you.
Hey, Doc, listen. Be careful. Like I told you before, this guy's the devil. Don't die on me, you got that?
Mr. Maurer,
You better come back alive, do you hear me? I promise. Follow your advice and I'll finally quit smoking, so get back here quick.
Your wife will be glad to hear that.
Oh, boy. How am I supposed to explain this to the police?
Our daughter. What's going on? Is our daughter all right?
What is it? What's happened?
Don't worry, she'll be fine, but I need to use your phone.
What has happened to our daughter?
Please tell us. Just tell us already.
Calm down, lady. What in the hell's this? It's dead. The phone line's been cut.
Please, Anna, just hang in there. Hold on.
It's getting pretty late. He's probably not coming. Well, I guess that message must have been a prank after all. I'm going home.
You can't do that. You can't go. You have to wait here.
Who are you?
He told me. I'm supposed to make sure you wait right here. I just told you to wait. Don't you understand what I'm saying? Wait! I'm supposed to keep you right here, lady. It's my job to keep you here. Anna!
I guess that they're calling you Nina now. Do you remember me? I'm Dr. Tenma. Thank God you're okay.
Anna, Dr. Tenma.
Let's go. Back to your house.
Are you my Prince Charming?
Who the hell are you? Don't interfere. You can't interfere in this. She needs to stay here. That's all there is to it. If she doesn't, I won't. I won't get paid, you bastard! He said no one else was supposed to show up!
Hey, are you all right?
Yeah, but how on earth did you...
I need something to tie him up with, quick.
Oh, Tell me, who put you up to this?
I don't know, okay?
Well, when is he coming back here? What did he say?
Look, I don't know. All he said was he would be back as soon as he was done with something very important he had to take care of.
Oh, God. He's at your house. Come on, we have to get back to your house right away.
Why? What's going on?
I'll explain it all later. We have got to hurry, Anna.
Anna.
Let's go.
You have to untie me.
Experimentation?
They were running a project that would turn the children into perfect soldiers. Mental reconstruction. Twisting their minds for science. They made the children form factions to observe the aggression, the fighting, and the hate that resulted. It was an experiment to claw every last bit of compassion out of those children and see what remained. Can you imagine what kind of adults those children grew up to be? And now the problem is there's no way to prove that anything like that ever went on. Any type of data or secret records, all those documents were burned before the wall fell. Everyone who had anything at all to do with the project fled the country. However, I've heard rumors of someone who remained. He managed to clean his records. He stayed even though he was the last person in the world who deserved a second chance. He was the man who was in charge of overseeing the abomination that was 511 Kinderheim. And even though he was actually a pediatric psychiatrist closely affiliated with the Ministry of the Interior Police, the man's real title was that of a district official with the Ministry of Welfare.
A district official with the Ministry of Welfare.
Inga, are you all done in the bathroom? Sweet dreams, honey. All right?
Good night.
Good night. They were careful to cover everything up, especially after that incident.
Incident? Tell me. I need to know what exactly happened at 511 Kinderheim.
I've said too much already. Such horrible memories.
But I have to know. You must tell me what happened there, please.
Where's my soccer ball? Huh? Where is it? Do you know where my soccer ball went to?
Oh. Here you go. I have it right here. But you gotta hold off on soccer until your wounds heal, alright? That man who brought you in earlier said he was going to pick you up soon. You just get some rest until then. Okay?
I don't know what really happened there. No one does. The East German government at the time placed a strict gag order on the event. It all began with the mysterious death of the director of 511 Kinderheim. Soon after, there was a power struggle among the instructors there as to who would succeed him. The place was thrown into anarchy. It was utter chaos. They couldn't even control the children. It was every man for himself. It's a miracle Johann made it out of there alive.
Then what? What exactly happened at 511 Kinderheim?
Everybody there died.
What?
All of the instructors and every last orphan except Johann. Those people massacred each other.
The world's not a dark place, that's a lie. Tomorrow will be a good day. I promise.
Dieter, time to gather up your things, honey.
Excuse me, Mr. Hartman, but aren't we going to go home now?
No, we're taking a little detour.
But I don't want to go back there. No, I don't want to go!
Peter? Peter, come on now. Be a good boy.
What do you mean? I told you not to let Dieter leave with anyone until I came back, didn't I?
But all I did was... That person was the child's foster father. And let me tell you, he was very much a gentleman. Unlike you, obviously.
Look, I'm sorry, but that man...
I wouldn't worry. That boy seemed very happy to be going with him.
Dieter! Dieter, I'm here! Dieter? They're not back yet. Hartmann's library. These photos were taken at different times, but they were all shot at the same location. So what am I looking at? Johann. Who's the man in the photo next to him? Yes, that's it. Every single one of these photographs was taken at 511 Kinderheim. And it looks like they were taken over 10 years ago.
All of the instructors and every last orphan except Johann. Those people massacred each other.
Dieter. Could he be another? Just hold on, Dieter. I'm coming.
This child is blind to what I show him.
Hartmann!
He can't see it. He can't even comprehend what Johann saw. He's not like him. It's no good. It has failed again. This boy is no Johann. Every single one of them died here. Did you know that? 10 years ago. The instructors and the orphans, all 50 people died. Johann sat here, just watching it all happen. He just sat here and watched everything. He didn't lift a finger. He just watched. I had to know his secret. So I asked Johann what he'd done. And this was how he answered. He dropped a piece of oil-soaked cloth into the fire, like this. Do you get it? Do you know what he meant by that? I simply added a bit of fuel to the hatred born when people come together. It was easy. That's what he told me. Only 10 years old, and he said that. And he did it with almost no effort at all. He was able to make 50 people kill each other without even moving a finger.
It was you. It was you and your damned experiments that twisted Johann into what he is.
So you think it was us? I'm sorry. It wasn't us at all. We didn't make him that way. It's true that 511 Kinderheim was an experimental project, specifically created to transform orphans into perfect soldiers. Thinking back on it now, it really was only a little experiment. As for Johann, he's no soldier. Not at all. He was better. He was a natural-born leader of men, someone who was meant to stand at the very top of the world. There's no way we could have ever created such a work of art. He was beyond human from the beginning, a veritable monster. Johann made a prediction. He predicted that mankind would end up hating itself into oblivion. And what do you think Johann's goal was? Do you want to know what he told me? He said he wanted to be the last person left in this world. He did. My poor Dieter. The future is dark. You must try harder to become more like Johann. It's a pity. Why are you such a failure? Why can't you be more like Johann? Tell me why!
Drop the gun or I'll shoot! Don't you lay a finger on him, Hartmann!
Get out of here. This is our problem. It's none of your business. Just leave!
Dieter! Come down from there!
Sorry, Dr. Denman. That's right. You were wanting to know more about Johann. What were you planning to do once you knew more? When you find Johann, are you going to try and kill him? That will be impossible. Don't look so mad. I'm going to let you in on a little secret. But in exchange, once you hear it, you must leave immediately and never come back. You should search out a General Wolf. He's the one who first discovered Johann and his abilities. I'm sure he's still alive somewhere.
So is he the man in the photograph? The one in your study? He's General Wolf, the man standing next to Johann?
He's the one who brought Johann to us. He should be able to tell you something. Now, get going.
Dieter! You can come with me or stay here, but you have to decide for yourself. There's nothing to worry about. If Hartmann does anything to try and stop you, I'll shoot him. Dieter, listen to me. The choice is your own. Nobody else can make it for you.
Go ahead, tell the doctor. There's no way you'd leave me, now would you? You can't live without me, because you're my child, Dieter. Now you see how it is, Dr. Tenma. You can leave.
Where are you going? It's all right. It's okay. That's good. Nice and slow.
Dieter, come back here, my dear little Dieter. Dieter! Do you really think you can live without me? No, Dieter!
Make a move and I'll shoot, Hartmann!
I love you so much, Dieter. Dieter! The world is dark. The future is bleak, Dieter.
It's not true. Tenma told me. Tomorrow will be a good day.
Dieter, he's wrong!
Be brave, Dieter. Don't be afraid.
Dieter, fly, Dieter!
Get on the bus here and take you to Cunin Street. You got that? The orphanage is there by the bus stop. When you get there, I want you to give this letter to Elna Tice. She runs the orphanage. I know she may look scary, but she's a nice lady. Be a good boy, okay? I can't stay in this town anymore. So I guess this is goodbye. The bus will be along in a few minutes. There are a lot of blood vessels in this arteriovenous malformation, cutting all arteries. And now the veins. Extraction of the nidus is complete.
That went very well.
Yes, as usual. He's remarkably quick with the clipping.
An amazing operation.
Dr. Tenma, how is it possible that even after a long break, the work of a genius like you only gets better and better?
It's over.
Huh?
Never mind, it isn't important.
Isn't that wonderful, Kenzo?
It wasn't even about me. It was all about your father.
Well, that may be true. But it's only because you did such a wonderful job last night working as part of Father's team. I'm sure he appreciates all your hard work, since you're the one responsible for raising the hospital's reputation.
No, I'm the one who should be grateful. I mean, after all, it is thanks to your father that I'm actually able to work here in Germany.
Hang in there, Kenzo. If you stick with Father, your future's guaranteed. It won't be long before Father becomes chairman of the board. Soon after that, you'll become chief of surgery, and then chief director. Which means I'll be the director's wife. You better make me happy, Kenzo, because hardship doesn't suit me. Still want to go out on that date? Or should we just...
Please, sir. Madame is resting at the moment.
I won't need much of her time. This shouldn't take long.
But, sir, you really need to make an appointment with Madame.
What's all the racket?
I'm terribly sorry to bother you, Madame, but there's a police officer here.
The police?
Miss Ava Heinemann. It's been a while, hasn't it?
And who are you supposed to be?
I worked on your father's case exactly 9 years ago. I'm Inspector Lunge of the BKA.
Lunge? Oh, I see. You may leave us, Holz.
Yes, Madame.
I do remember you, all too well. You were that good-for-nothing detective who couldn't even close my father's case. So tell me, what on earth do you want from me now?
I'm quite impressed. You've been able to maintain this residence exactly the same even after your father's death. Actually, it appears that the decor might have gotten even more extravagant than before.
So then, have you come to see how much money I've made from the inheritance my father left me and all my divorce settlements? As you can see, Detective, I live in absolute comfort. If you see anything you like, please feel free to take it with you. As long as I have my liquor by my side, I'm fine.
I've come today because there is something I'd like to show you. Here, take a look at this necktie.
A necktie?
Does it look familiar? Perhaps you don't remember. It's a design from 9 years ago. It has a very simple print, but if you look at it carefully, it's a wonderful piece with an extremely elaborate weave.
So what? What about it?
Tracing it back was quite a task. After all, it was purchased 9 years ago. But luckily, this was a limited edition offering, specially made for a particular store's higher-end clients. And your name was on that list, Miss Ava Heinemann.
So what exactly is your point?
You see, I was wondering if you might have purchased this and given it to someone as a gift. This necktie is a key piece of evidence in another murder case.
A murder? Who knows? I've given gifts to so many men, I couldn't possibly keep track of them all now, could I? They're not interested in me anyway. The only thing they're after is my money.
Please, try to remember.
I told you I don't remember. These men are all after my money. There isn't a single person who truly loves me for who I am. That's why I always stick it to them when it's time for the divorce settlement. I did that to all 3 of them. Damn bastards. Do you want something, too? You want something? Just tell me. But you'll pay a high price for it.
I'll be back, ma'am. If you remember anything, please give me a call.
Next time you stop by, Detective, be sure to bring me something to drink.
Excuse me.
Ava, please, you have to talk to your father for me. Make him see I haven't done anything wrong. All I did was operate on an emergency patient who was brought in first, nothing else. Wait, is that the ring that I gave to you?
Spare me, Kenzo. You're such a fool.
Ava, why?
Dr. Norton, you're looking very handsome this evening.
Oh, thank you. You're looking especially beautiful tonight yourself, Ava.
Hulse, have my car ready.
Well, Mr. Hess, you're certainly looking better today. At this rate, I'm guessing you should be able to go home sometime later this week, all right?
Thank you very much, Dr. Tenma. You did a great job. By the way, my daughter is getting married next month. Do you think I'll be able to attend her wedding?
Yes, that should be fine. You just have to promise me that you won't get too wild at the reception.
Thanks, Doctor. I had resigned myself to not going, but thanks to you...
Hey, come on, it's because you toughed it out.
With you looking after me, I feel as though I'll even live to see my grandchildren get married. You truly are a wonderful doctor. I really hope they keep you at this hospital forever.
Excuse me, Dr. Tenma. You have a visitor.
Oh, I'm doing my rounds right now. Tell them I'm too busy at the moment, would you please?
Okay, but...
Ava?
It's been a while, hasn't it, Kenzo?
It has.
Both of us have gone through so much. Hello, Father. Are you sleeping already? I'm coming in.
Ava, I know it's difficult, but please, try to hold yourself.
Don't touch me! Give me my father back! I want him back! I want him back!
Kenzo! Listen, please! Forgive me! I was wrong! Kenzo? Kenzo! You look worn out. You're much thinner.
I guess.
I hear that you took some vacation time. Well, I think that's great. You should take a break every once in a while. You always were such a workaholic.
Seems like you've lost a little weight yourself.
I've had a rough couple of years. I'm sure you've heard all the rumors.
I've heard a few.
It's spring. You remember? Almost 10 years ago, how the two of us would often go out for a drive. We were so young. It was this time of the year when you tried to swim in that river. I panicked and tried to stop you. But you insisted and you
Look, I'm sorry. Look, Ava, I can't deal with this now.
Kenzo, I want to start over. After 3 failed marriages, I finally realized that the only one who ever truly loved me was you. It was you, Kenzo.
And that was a long time ago.
Kenzo! Please, Kenzo!
I want you to know that I'm very flattered, Ava. But there's no going back. Goodbye.
Wait, Kenzo! I kept quiet. I didn't say a word. The police came to my house and asked about your tie. It seems to me that necktie of yours has gotten you in some kind of trouble. I'm absolutely positive that's the one I gave you as a gift when we were together. If you do as I say, I'll keep quiet about it. I promise you.
There's something very important that only I can accomplish.
Your tie. I'll tell them everything.
What's she going on about?
Do you hear me? I'll tell them how you killed my father 9 years ago. You killed him, Kenzo.
I don't. Oh, I see. Let's bring Dr. Tenma in for an interrogation right away.
But, sir, there's not enough evidence to tie Dr. Tenma to what happened with Mr. Mauer and the Fortners.
That's not what I'm referring to. I'm talking about the killing at Heidelberg Castle.
Right away. Yes, sir.
Thank you very much for your cooperation. This could prove to be very helpful in solving several of our open cases.
Resignation? But what is the meaning of this, Dr. Tenma?
I'm very sorry, Director, but I've already made up my mind about this.
There have been various odd rumors going around about you recently, but I want to be clear. I don't believe any of it. Please think this over. You have... Huh? Hey, wait! Dr. Tenma! Yes, speaking. Excuse me, the police. Huh? Dr. Tenma is a murder suspect.
Close up all the exits. Don't forget the back doors.
Yes, sir!
Where is Dr. Tenma?
I don't know.
Why are you just standing there? Search the place, officers.
Oh, but Inspector, sir,
What is it?
Hey, get out of the way! You people are interfering with the police!
Like hell, Dr. Tenma would never be capable of killing anyone.
That's right!
Can't you understand that what he does is save people's lives?
Dr. Tenma is an innocent man.
Yes, forget about it. We're not going to talk to you. He's a great doctor. Go away.
He would never do anything
This is
like
not
that!
your business.
Wow, I wonder what's going on in the front. See those police cars over there, Dr. Tenma? Man, ain't that a sight.
Is that right? Well, I wonder what's going on. Anyway, can you drop me off at the station?
No problem. Hey, Doctor, are you always this busy?
I have a surgery to perform in the other room.
Dr. Tenma! Dr. Tenma! Wait!
Hang in there, kid. I'll save you. No matter what. I am not wrong. He is. He tells me there's a flaw in my character. Well, what about him? He says he's a doctor, but he's just a greedy bastard. Bastard! Bastard! He'd be better off dead!
They're gone, sir. We can't find them anywhere.
What's going on? What the hell is going on?
It's been a long time, Doctor. It's me. Have you forgotten already, Doctor? About the twins?
Take me, Doctor! I don't want to die! I don't want to die! Doctor!
I was supposed to die that night. You're the one who resurrected me, Doctor.
Formerly served in the French Foreign Legion. Then went freelance and fought in Nicaragua in 1979. From 1981 to 1984, assisted the guerrilla rebels in Afghanistan. Then in 1987, you played a key role in the assassination of radical Islamic leaders in a top-secret Mossad operation. It's quite an impressive resume, I must admit. Isn't it, Mr. Hugo Bernhardt? I have no doubt that a mercenary of your caliber must be quite a teacher, and I'm sure a number of distinguished men must have been under your instruction. It might be a good idea to send some of our own officers to attend your seminar and have you whip them into shape.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Incidentally, was this man here a good student by any chance? I believe he showed up at your training grounds about 5 months ago. We know that he is a genius with a scalpel. What I'm wondering about is whether he has any talent with a gun.
I don't divulge information about my pupils to anyone, period.
Of course you don't.
So, have you ever trained with a gun before?
No.
I guess that means that you're self-taught, then.
Actually, I've never shot a gun before.
Huh? What, you mean not even once?
Right. I know I'm asking for the impossible. That said, you're my only hope right now.
It makes no difference. I make all my students forget everything they learned before they got here. But this is the first time I'll be teaching someone who's never shot a gun before. Jump rope. Regardless of your experience or lack of, this is where everyone starts. Now jump like that child over there. Don't just stand there. Well, get started.
Yes, sir.
Faster now. Hurry it up. I said faster. Balance. It's all about balance. Come on, faster. I said faster.
Well, obviously, I can't jump rope nearly as well as you do. Tell me something. Is this what you do? You know, always supervising student training like this? All right, I understand. You don't have to keep on staring at me like that. I'll do it. I know what I have to do. Hey, it's a brandling. I wonder if it's looking for food for its chicks.
What's wrong? Are you too tired to eat?
Yes.
You can't train if you pass out.
Yes, sir. She your daughter? Or your granddaughter, maybe?
Neither. That little girl is the daughter of a woman I killed. Shot her down right before her very eyes. Back in Myanmar. On mission in the jungle, I ran into a hut for shelter. And there she was with her mother. Her mother was holding a gun. If I'd have been a fraction of a second slower, it would have been me that died that day. I brought the child back here with me. I couldn't just leave her. From that moment on, she hasn't smiled once. That's why she'll probably hate me for the rest of her life. That's the sort of thing that happens when you have a gun. Now, if you can't handle that, then I'd suggest you don't carry one.
poison scent, that is. It smells just like Daphne blossoms. Thanks.
All right, that's enough of that.
Huh? So then...
Time for some more running. Go.
Oh, yes, sir. Right away, then.
When you're done running, come to the bottom of the hill in the back.
What's down there?
The firing range.
The firing range.
Remember, 2 shots. You have to make sure that whenever you fire your gun, you always pull the trigger twice. If you can do that instinctively, it betters your chances of taking out your objective. If you can't do that, then you're as good as dead. It's all over. What's this about?
You're always preparing meals for me, so I thought I would cook for you today. It's a Japanese stew of meat and potatoes. It's called nikujaga. Go on, dig in. I think you'll both enjoy it. Those are chopsticks. They're carved out of wood. I made them. I thought it would make our dining experience more authentic. Wow. You're really good at using chopsticks, aren't you?
Again, faster. Aim. Do it again. Aim.
What's wrong? Huh? It's a baby brambling. I guess it fell out of its nest. Huh? No, wait! You have to put it back! That chick is going to die! It's very difficult to raise them like that. They rarely survive for that long outside of the nest. Let's put it back. Back with its mother, okay?
Seconds. That's all the time you've got. Find your target and pull the trigger, because one mistake or the slightest bit of hesitation, and you're dead.
Tell me, how well did he perform over those 5 months he was there training with you?
Technically speaking, he was a perfect student. He built up the necessary stamina, and his concentration while firing was extraordinary. However? Being able to actually shoot a person is another story.
Really?
Whether or not he is successful in his first kill. That's what it all comes down to. Either he's got what it takes, or he doesn't.
Yes, I see. I wonder which road this man will choose. Well, it matters not. Tell me, do you have any idea where he might have gone? Because if you do know where, I would really like for you to tell me.
Thanks for all you've done for me over the past 5 months. Here's the remaining tuition I owe. And please, help yourself to the Nikujaga. Again, thank you for everything.
Damn it. Damn it all.
She's laughing. So how about it? You do know where this man was heading, don't you?
That I can't tell you.
That's fine. You can go now.
This way, sir.
It's a 5-finger free-for-all. Wonder if there's anything valuable enough for a connoisseur like Otto Heckel. You never know what's gonna happen. First you're a shoo-in candidate for governor, next thing you and your wife get shot. Well, down to business. I'm guessing this is where they kept the safe. Why am I getting the chills? This is creepy as hell. I've never felt anything like this. Could somebody be in there? As if. What am I so scared about? It ain't like me to be a chicken.
Don't move. Put your hands behind your head.
Oh, man, I can't believe this. Damn bartender, it's his fault. He forgot the cherry.
I said put your hands up.
All right. Give me a break on this one, officer. I haven't taken anything yet, I promise.
I'm not a cop.
No? So you're robbing the place too, huh? Well, in that case, why don't you just put that thing away and we'll have ourselves a
Hands
little
behind
chat.
your head now.
Jeez, what's with this guy? He's a bigger Boy Scout than the friggin' cops. You gotta be kidding me! Thanks for nothing, buddy! I'm out of here! Don't follow me! Someone like you just gets in the way! You'll slow me down! Damn it all! I told you to stop following me! Damn today just ain't my day! That's right. I thought I recognized you. You're all over the papers. You're the doctor wanted for questioning in connection with Councilman Springer's murder.
Are you a thief?
That I am. But I got something called morals. I don't go around killing people.
You wouldn't know anything about the murders that happened in that house, would you?
No idea. So get out of my face, will you? Later. Hey, doctor. You're some sort of top-notch surgeon, aren't you? My brilliant brain just came up with a fantastic idea. Do you think that people meet by chance, doctor? They don't. Believe me, I know. I believe in fate. I think people meet for a reason. And my gut tells me you and I were destined to become partners. Huh? Call me crazy, but I think a lot of folks in the underground community need someone like you. You know, guys who need to hide out, so they can't go to regular doctors for help. Listen, you leave the management to old Heckle here. I'll make you the world's best underground doctor in no time. I'm telling you, Doc, you're gonna make a lot of money. You'll be a millionaire before you know it. Okay? Hey, doctor, where you think you're going?
There's something I have to do, and it can't wait.
Well, I'd hold my horses if I were you. You want to know about the murders in that house, don't you? Well, I guess you'd like to hear that I saw the killer, am I right?
What did you say? Are you telling me the truth?
You want to know?
What did he look like? I need to know. Was the killer blonde and about 20 years of age?
What are you on about?
Never mind. You just tell me about who you saw there.
Team up with me and I'd be happy to, Doctor. He's on the 3rd floor.
So how did you come to know all of this anyway?
I spent a month checking out the councilman's house, casing the joint. I do my homework. Just when I'm ready to make a move, the killer beats me to it. 15 minutes later, I look in the window and they're dead. Worm food. And well, I figured I might be able to blackmail a murderer, so I followed him here. This is all you really need to prove your innocence, Doc. Know what I'm saying? All you have to do is call the police and tell them. After that, we should go somewhere. Sit down, relax, talk over a drink about our future together as partners. Hey! Stop! What are you doing? What do you want to talk to him for? What, did you miss the part where he murders people? Man, what is he thinking looking for trouble like that? I'm out of here. However, a cash cow like him is a rare opportunity. Damn, I usually make it a rule not to stick my neck out, but...
Hey. Another hot afternoon, isn't it?
I'm actually looking for someone.
Hey, Doc! You alive in there? Doctor? What are you doing? He's got a gun, dummy!
Mother and I, we often used to go walking together.
Huh?
On summer afternoons a lot like this one, there was a long road we took, and alongside it a field of sunflowers, but Mother's dead now.
This is important, so I need you to listen. Did someone ask you to use that gun? Tell me, was it a man?
Was it a man? It was. One day this young man came up to me at a local bar.
And was he about 20 years old with blonde hair?
Huh?
He was, and he had a big, bright, beautiful smile. Called himself Erich.
So he's going by Erich now.
We met a few times and we eventually became very close friends. He invited me over to the place where he was staying. It was the estate of Councilman Springer.
Did he live in that mansion until recently?
Yes, he did, for a year in fact. He said they took good care of him. He was like a son to them.
Wait a minute, I had my eye on that house for a month and never saw anyone who looked like that.
They were a wonderful family. I have a picture. The councilman, his wife, and me. However, there was something I couldn't forgive them for.
Huh?
There was a beautiful area on their property, a bed of sunflowers in their yard. But one day the councilman cleared it all up in order to build a bigger driveway. So when I mentioned to my young friend that I thought it was awful, I was delighted to discover he agreed.
Wait, are you saying you actually killed them because of some flowers?
Hardly. There was more to it. He also told me Councilman Springer had a mistress. That's when my friend looked at me and said, I've decided I no longer wish to live with or be a member of the Springer household. From now on, I'm not a part of that family anymore. Then he proceeded to request of me that I erase the family. Having a mistress is so inexcusable. My mother was someone's mistress, too. She was a kept woman, you know.
Listen, don't think about all that stuff. By the way, do you know where the safe is in that house?
I believe on the second floor in the library.
All right, then. Doctor, you probably shouldn't stick around here.
You can erase your past, did you know that? If you don't like it, you can erase everything. You can erase all of it. You can reset your entire life if you want.
Sorry, I don't agree with that at all. You may try to forget, but no one can simply erase their past like that.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Huh? I wonder why I thought that. It doesn't make any sense to me now. Why did I think I could erase the past by pulling the trigger? Looking back, I wonder why I listened to him and did what he asked me. I think you should go now. Our talk is over. I have nothing more to say. Oh, that's right. Your name is Dr. Tenma, isn't it? He left a message behind for you. Do make sure you take a good look at it. You'll find it in the councilman's library. He predicted that you would come here, and he was correct about that. Eric also mentioned to me, your fate has already been decided for you. So has mine.
Doctor! I told you, didn't I? Did you actually shoot this guy? Oh, suicide, I gotcha. What the hell? What's the use in dying? Everything's over when you're dead. It makes no sense. Hey, Doc, there's nothing like living, am I right?
You know, I think I actually agree with you for a change.
Hey, what exactly do you mean for a change? Anyway, so you're after this killer named Johann or whatever? I don't get it. I really don't know why you do that. Hey, why don't you forget about this nonsense and team up with me? Oh, by the way, I don't know why, but when I tried to open the door to this room before, it kind of gave me the creeps. What the? What's the matter? You're shaking like a leaf, Doc.
Look at me. Look at me. The monster inside me is getting bigger. Johan, this is all just a game to you, isn't it?
Hey, Doc, wait up! Oh, come on, wait! Listen to me! Hey, Doc, I'm talking to you! Oh, for crying out loud! I've got some really good news to tell you. You're gonna thank me for this. You'll keep your promise and team up with me, right?
I never said I'd team up with you.
Hey! I just thought you might need some money to run from the cops, but I guess I was wrong.
Just get in the car.
This is our first client. The nice man will escort you to your patient, Doc. I'll hang on to your things for now. If you want them back, you'd better do your job, get paid the rest, and meet up with me at Frank's Tavern on Graston Street. So long. Now get out there and earn your keep. Now that's what I call a profitable business. Since I already got an advance, I suppose it's time to go and have a drink.
Hey, counselor, I brought back a doctor for you.
Thank you for coming, Doctor. Hurry. Please stop the bleeding.
It appears your auxiliary artery has been damaged. Did you get hit by a shotgun?
Yeah. Hey, the doctor is empty-handed. Did you get the surgical equipment?
No, it was too dangerous in the city. I couldn't get that far.
I couldn't operate on you here even if I had the proper equipment. He needs to be taken to a fully equipped hospital.
I already would have done that if I'd been able to. Save him already!
About how long ago was he wounded?
Can the questions, Doctor.
4 hours ago, huh? Were you involved in the terrorist attack this morning?
And what does it matter if we were?
I won't do it.
What the hell'd you say?
I'm not helping people who took others' lives indiscriminately.
You shut your mouth! Do you realize the situation you're in right now? Either you help them or you die!
Calm down, Carl. Listen, Doctor, our friends will be coming to help us soon, so it's simple. All you need to do is stop the bleeding to buy me some time.
What the hell do you think you're doing? Do you want to die?
I already told you to calm down.
Yeah, but... Counselor!
No, you listen to me very carefully. My life is in this doctor's hands right now. If I die, then you can shoot him.
Oh, yeah!
We're not running a charity here, no. You owe us, so you gotta pay back the 250,000 marks we lent you. Simple as that, Otto Heckel.
But, Mr. Klaus, I want to pay you back, sir.
That's nice. I'm glad you feel that way. I'll consider it. Now go on ahead and break both his arms.
I'll get it! I'll pay you back, I will!
That's a good boy.
I just need you to give me one more month.
Following a terrorist attack,
Break both his legs, too.
witnesses have helped police identify the main suspects. They are Max Steindorf and Carl
Oh, please, wait!
GWE is offering 300,000 marks for any information leading to the arrest of the terrorists.
Wait a minute, it's them.
Huh?
I can pay you back that money. I know where those guys are. I really do. And that'll take care of what I owe you.
This had better be the truth. Otherwise, I'm gonna break your scrawny neck.
It's true. Hey, would I lie? Oh, man, that's right. I forgot Tim is still with those guys. Oh, well, who cares?
You called me a murderer who goes around killing people indiscriminately. Well, you're wrong, Doctor. What I did had meaning. There was a good reason for what I did. Now that the president of GWE is dead, I can finally die in peace. I really don't mind. I achieved what I set out to do.
Counselor.
I used to be a lawyer in East Germany, and my friend here was a political secretary. And when the wall came down, we lost our jobs. Doctor, do you have any idea what it is like for us? After the wall fell, GWE came to the east with their big funding. They barged in and built these factories on our land, one after another. That was our country, our land. They had no right to do that. They stepped all over our pride. Well, I'm proud to have shot that bastard. I'm glad that I did it.
Counselor.
It's cold. I'm cold.
Hang on. Just hang on. Our friends will be here soon.
They won't come. I have a feeling that our friends won't be joining us.
Stop the bleeding! Now, Doctor! Hurry or I'll shoot you! Don't do it!
I don't want to die. I don't want to die. I don't want to die.
Are you afraid? Are you afraid of dying? Well, now you know what they all felt like. The 12 people you killed, that's how they died. This is what they went through. Now do you know what it means to kill someone? Get scissors and disinfectant. Is that too much to ask? Arterial bleeding's pretty bad. He's in a state of shock from low blood pressure. I can keep my hand pressed against the wound to stop the bleeding. I'm gonna have to suture the open flesh here. Needle and thread.
We don't have that.
Fine, then a stapler will do.
What? A stapler?
Just go and get it!
Yes, sir!
Oh.
All right.
What do you think you're doing?
I've done what I can. He needs to get to a hospital.
What? A hospital? No! What are you thinking? If you don't put him down right now, I'll kill you!
Pull the trigger if you want. But if you kill me, know this. You're gonna have to carry him to the hospital yourself.
Put me down. Right here. Just save yourself. I just realized I've seen your face somewhere before. You're the doctor wanted in connection with those serial murders, aren't you? Put me down, damn it. What I did this morning was not an indiscriminate attack. The men I killed were the president of GWE, his lackeys, and his bodyguards, and they all had it coming.
So you're telling me there were no innocent victims in that shooting?
You're talking about that girl at the newsstand.
You already knew about her then. You knew you shot that girl, didn't you?
Why did you bother saving a man like me? It wasn't because you were afraid to get shot. You weren't afraid to die. I could tell by the look in your eyes. So why did you do it? Why save a terrorist like me? Why would you even bother?
Because I believe in you. I have faith in your humanity.
Which one was it? 511? Yes, that's right. I believe they came from 511 Kinderheim.
I'm sorry. 511 Kinderheim?
They're planning on turning this old orphanage into a supermarket sometime soon. About time. Thank goodness they're finally going to destroy this creepy building.
Excuse me, ma'am. By any chance, do you know anyone from this place?
The orphanage? Everyone from there is long since gone. I really prefer not to talk about it. It was such a tragedy.
But I...
If you want to find out more about it, there's a former official from the old Ministry of Welfare named Hartmann over on 47th Street.
Hello there. Do you know if a man named Hartmann lives around here? Wait, what's wrong? You're injured? Let me take a look. Don't be afraid. I'm not going to hurt you. You re-injured an old wound. It's infected, but this should help. Attaboy. I know this stings, but it'll help you get better. There you go. All done. Be careful, okay? You might get hurt again. Hartmann.
After the fall of East Germany, I became the foster parent to all those kids you see photographed up on the wall.
Foster parent?
Yes, well, it just means that I took care of them until they were adopted, or eventually able to go off on their own. The boy in the middle was adopted by the president of an accessories company, and the last one on the left is enlisted in the army. I still have one left in my care right now.
It must be hard work for you.
To tell the truth, I wouldn't call it work. As the district official for the Ministry of Welfare, I worked for many years dealing with orphans, and I was adamantly against the way the government handled them. After the fall of socialism, I thought I'd try doing things my own way. I couldn't do any worse. Of course, it isn't easy, and I don't have many resources, but it's far better than the way they were living in that orphanage, if you can call it that. The Ministry of the Interior and the Ministry of Welfare ran 511 Kinderheim as a special orphanage. Well, all East German orphanages were pretty severe places to be. But these special orphanages were particularly notorious. It wasn't just an institution for children with nowhere to go. It was the place where children of criminals and political prisoners or suspected dissidents were sent. Discrimination and inhumane cruelty were part of everyday life for the children there. Those poor unfortunates were defenseless and couldn't do anything about their situation. Ironically, it was a contradictory clash between socialism and totalitarianism. The government claimed they were re-educating them to be good citizens, but in actuality, behind closed doors and away from the public eye, those helpless children were treated like criminals, even worse than criminals. The director and instructors were absolutely terrible. The worst of the bunch would confiscate care packages sent to the children and sell them for their own profit. Who then were the real criminals, I ask you? Fear and violence ruled the daily lives of those poor children in those special orphanages. You can't raise normal people that way. And then one day, that incident happened.
Incident? What exactly do you mean by that?
Well, when you came here, you said that you wanted to ask me about the twins, didn't you?
Yes, that's right. Can you tell me anything at all about them?
I don't know much about the girl, except that she was left at an orphanage in a different district. But the boy, I'll always remember the brother, Johann.
Johann? Yes, please, tell me whatever there is to know.
What happened? They kept everyone from finding out. The East German government placed a strict gag order on it. Well, it is in the past now, so I suppose it's all right. I guess there's no harm in talking to you about the incident.
Sir, what are you talking about? I need to know. What'd Johann do?
He led an uprising.
I'm home.
Dieter, we have company. Come here and say hello to him, why don't you?
Oh.
Dieter, where are your manners? Well, are you going to greet the man or not?
Oh, it's okay. We already met earlier out in front of the building. Remember? Please, continue, Mr. Hartmann. I'd like to hear more.
No, I'm sorry, I can't. Not in front of the child.
Understood. Well, it's late. Can we continue this another time?
Dieter. Maybe you'd like to stay and have dinner with us.
Sure, if you don't mind.
Mr. Tenma, you say that you're a freelance journalist. Does that mean you're going to write an article about the things we've been talking about?
Eventually.
When you do write your article, please be sure to emphasize this. The moral development of a child all depends on the adult that raises him. It is essential that we encourage every child to follow the proper path. If we do, they'll be able to achieve their dreams and have a happy life.
Dreams, huh? Hey, Dieter, what are your dreams?
A soccer ball.
Huh?
I want a soccer ball.
I see. Thank you for dinner. I was hoping we could continue our conversation another time.
Of course. I am sorry we couldn't finish it up tonight, Mr. Tenma.
I'll be back. Perhaps I can come by tomorrow.
Well, Dieter.
Hello, I'm sorry. May I still make a purchase? Mr. Hartmann? It's me, Tenma. Mr. Hartmann? Mr. Hartmann! Mr. Hartmann, what's wrong? Please, open up! Mr. Hartmann,
Mr. Tenma?
Dieter! What happened to him?
He was playing. He was standing on a chair and he fell. Oh, my dear Dieter.
It hurts. Oh, it really hurts.
Where, Dieter? Where does it hurt?
It hurts everywhere.
Mr. Hartmann, call an ambulance, quick.
All right.
Dieter, let me take a look. My God. What are all these bruises? Does this hurt? What about here? 2 of your ribs are fractured. And also, your shoulder is dislocated. How did you get this injury from falling off a chair?
The ambulance is on the way and should be here soon, so everything's going to be all right.
Good. But where did these bruises come from?
I said everything's all right. You can leave now, Mr. Tenma.
But...
Your hands just now. It was like you were examining him. It's as if you were a doctor.
Well...
Tenma, I thought I heard that name somewhere before. You are a doctor, aren't you? The one wanted for murder.
These bruises. Just how did he get these bruises all over his body, huh?
You shouldn't worry about the boy. You've got your own problems, don't you? The police are on their way, along with the ambulance.
Mr. Hartmann, what really happened to Dieter? How did he get all of these injuries?
What's it matter to you? I mean, you're the one who's wanted for murder, Doctor. You're very short-tempered. Just like a fugitive.
You did this to him, didn't you?
Did what? What do you mean?
You're the one who's been abusing Dieter all this time, aren't you?
Abusing? Why, I'd never do such a thing to an innocent child. Right, Dieter? Wait, what are you doing?
I'm taking Dieter to the hospital.
First murder, and now kidnapping too?
Don't move.
The police will catch you eventually.
It's okay, Dieter. We'll be at the hospital soon.
I'm scared. I'm scared of the hospital.
There's nothing to be afraid of. The doctors will take good care of you.
But Mr. Hartmann is always the one who took care of me every time I got hurt before.
What? What are you telling me? You're completely covered in scars and bruises and you've never been to a hospital?
I'm scared. The world is full of bad things. That's why I have to become stronger. If I'm gonna fight all the bad things, I have to become stronger.
Is that what Hartmann told you?
The world is dark. The future is bleak.
That isn't true. The world's not a dark place. That's a lie.
Really?
Yes, really. Oh, I almost forgot. This soccer ball is for you.
Wow.
Tomorrow will be a good day. I promise. I'm sorry for coming so late. Thank you, nurse.
It's all right, but the ER is pretty busy at the moment. It might end up being a while before we can treat him.
Can't you move him up at all?
There was a very big accident.
The bus
I'm
driver
sorry.
died instantly, so we need to ask the truck driver about the circumstances of the accident.
He broke both his legs, but he can still talk, can he?
We have to treat him first. You can question him after we're done.
All right, then we'll wait right here until he's ready.
I see. I'll be back in 2 hours.
What?
Please, just do what you can to take care of the boy. And whatever you do, please be sure not to let anyone else take him away. I will be coming back to get him. I owe you one.
But sir...
Is the accident site cleaned up yet?
No, traffic's still backed up.
Okay, what should I do now? First, what to do with Dieter? Even if I call the police, I can't go with him.
I don't know much about the girl, except that she was left at an orphanage in a different district.
A different orphanage? Wait, that's it?
There's a child that you want me to take in? Well, are you the child's parent? What are you doing coming here at this hour?
I'm sorry. I know it's a strange request, but this child needs you.
Look, I understand that the child is being abused, but if I don't know who you are, then how can I...
Well, I just...
I can't take in a child from a suspicious person who won't even identify himself.
Wait, did Anna Liebert live here with you at this orphanage by any chance?
Hold on a second. Are you saying that you know Anna Liebert?
That's right. So you do remember Anna?
Yes, of course I do. How is Anna? Is she doing well for herself?
Yes. She's currently taking classes at Heidelberg University.
Really? Then I guess she's doing very well. Anna was such a nice girl. I heard she was adopted by Mr. Liebert of the Commerce Ministry, along with her twin brother, oh dear. What was his name again?
Johann.
That was it. His name was Johann. They were truly very close. I felt so sorry for them when they had to be separated, but they had to be placed in different orphanages. Before the two of them arrived here, they only had each other. They were truly alone in this world. They were found walking hand in hand near the border of Czechoslovakia. Just the two of them, shivering all alone in the cold. At first, Mr. Liebert was only going to adopt Johann, but Johann wouldn't go anywhere without his sister. There was no separating them. Thankfully, Anna was able to live a happy life because of her brother.
I heard that the conditions in the orphanages in East Germany were pretty terrible.
Not all orphanages were like 511 Kinderheim.
Huh?
Inga, dear, the bathroom is the other way. Down the hall, okay? It's all right, it's all right. There's nothing to be afraid of. Now you can go to the bathroom by yourself, can't you? These poor children have never really felt the love of a parent. In order to develop as a person, the only thing you need is love. The orphanages of the East.
Mr. Maurer! Mr. Fortuner! It's me, Dr. Tenma! Nina is safe! She's here with me! Mr. Maurer!
All right, you go on and I'll call them myself.
It doesn't look like the police ever came. Oh my God. Liv, please, come back. You must live. Please. I'm I'm begging you. Please. Mr. Maurer, you don't have to quit smoking anymore, all right? Mr. Maurer!
I killed him. Back then. I killed him. But now he's... I know. I killed him. I did. I killed him.
Only thing I know, I'm sure I killed my brother!
It was me. I was the one who brought your brother back to life. It's dead. The phone line has been cut. We're getting out of here. He'll be coming back for you.
You okay in there?
We're with the police. Someone called earlier. Is there any trouble?
If you don't mind, sir, we're just going to have a quick look around. Good Lord.
This is horrible.
You two all right? Are you injured? You hurt? Well, that's a relief. Backup should arrive very soon. They'll take care of the crime scene, and we'll take you over to headquarters for questioning so we can file a report on this. So, are you the daughter of the victims? I'm sorry for your loss. I'm assuming neither of you saw the intruder then?
To think something like that could happen in such a peaceful town.
Pardon my asking, sir, but where do you come from? Are you Chinese?
No, sir. I'm Japanese. My name is Kenzo Tenma.
Okay, you're Japanese, yeah. Well, seems to me you're quite a ways from home then, aren't you?
You're all right now. It's gonna be okay. Sorry, but can you tell me where we're headed, officer?
The police station, remember?
But wait, I don't understand. The Heidelberg police station is in town.
Yeah, but we're from the station in Mannheim, the next town over.
Why are they taking us so far?
Yeah, we're almost there. Just another 15 minutes or so.
Okay. He said they got a call. They came because they got a call. But who could have called? The phone was dead. There were no sirens when they first came. And they took us away before making sure that backup arrived at the scene. But those badges did look real. Blood. No way. It can't be. Could these men have... excuse me.
Huh?
Police checkpoint. Thank goodness.
We're searching for a hit-and-run suspect, so please be alert.
Excuse me.
It's you. Well, if it isn't Detective Messner and Detective Mueller.
Good evening to you, gentlemen.
Are you two on your way back to the station? Wow, you got
What's
a new
going on?
Really nice.
I'm sure we'll get it banged up soon enough.
Yeah, we really give our rides a workout.
Excuse me, Detective. She's not feeling so well back here. Can she get some fresh air for a minute?
Oh, sure. You go ahead.
Say, Detective, what's up? Are these two in some kind of trouble?
Trouble? Not at all. It's nothing. Don't worry.
What's going on here? They seem like real detectives. But what about that blood? Who could have called them? Their sirens weren't even on. What should we do? What?
Hey, what's wrong, Dr. Tenma? Are you two okay?
How do you know who I am? I gave you my name, but I never told you not once that I was a doctor. Tell me, how did you know that? I found a grocery store nearby. I also got you some dry clothes. There's bread, sausage, and cheese. And I filled this thermos up with hot coffee, too. You probably don't have much of an appetite, but you really should eat. You're shivering. You should change out of those wet clothes.
A lot of people were dead. My brother and I were walking. It was like we were all alone in the world.
Where were you when all of this happened? Can you remember anything else?
We crossed the border. Uncle and Auntie helped us. They were so kind to us. Then my brother said, I have a good plan. Soon after that, my uncle and my dear auntie were both dead. Anyone who was ever good to us died. Without fail. All of them. But then one day, I discovered the reason why. That rainy day.
You're talking about the incident with Mr. and Mrs. Liebert?
My brother did it. He shot them. My brother, he murdered them. He's the one who did all this. My brother murdered them all. So I picked up the gun with both my hands, and then I aimed it right at my brother. And that's when he said it. He was smiling. After you shoot me, make sure that you throw the gun out the window. And he told me to aim for his head. So I shot him like he said. I aimed for his head like he told me. Why did you save him? If you hadn't saved him, Mom and Dad would still be alive. You wouldn't have killed him. Why did you have to save him?
Stay here. I'm going to the police. If those detectives last night were real, it means that some members of the police force are linked to Johann. If so, we can't just wait here like this. Nina, I need you to listen to me. I know that Johann is going to come after you. If anyone comes looking for you, just hide. Why don't you have some food, drink some hot coffee, and then try to get a couple hours of rest? One step at a time. That's how we'll get through all this. You're alive. You must think about the future. Your future.
Were there any clues left by the killer?
Is there any connection to the serial murders throughout Germany?
Chief, one question.
Chief, just one more question.
Like I
Over
said,
here.
we're doing everything we can to investigate this case, but I can't make any comments or talk about details.
Excuse me, Chief, just one more
We
question.
learned that the
Over
Fortiners
here.
had a daughter. Are you able to tell us where she is at this time, or is she presumed dead as well?
We're trying to figure out her whereabouts.
Why was that newspaper reporter with them? Mr. Mauer.
Chief, one question.
And who was that Japanese man who is said to have
Excuse
been
me,
with
Chief,
them?
just one more question. Over
sir.
here. Japanese. Who is he? He sounds suspicious.
Quick question, Chief. Is this murder at all related to the one that took place at Heidelberg Castle around the same time?
Heidelberg Castle? So he was killed too.
Chief, we gotta have something. Chief,
That's all for now. We'll release additional details in due time.
Excuse me. Please, let me through.
Chief, one more question.
Excuse me, sir.
Of course. We appreciate all the support we're getting from Mannheim, like Detectives Mesner and Mueller. Thank you both for coming out this afternoon.
We're at your disposal to aid in the investigation. Anything we can do to help. So how are things coming along, sir?
Please come inside. That way we'll be able to speak freely.
They're real. Those guys were with the police. They're actual cops. What should I do?
Hello, Heidelberg Post. What? I can't hear you. We're really busy in here.
Just find that Japanese
Who did
guy.
you say you were?
He was with Mauer. He's the key.
Hold on. Keep it down, you guys.
What are you
Seriously. I'm on the damn phone.
Go on your
What were you
damn
saying?
check.
I'm bringing an important witness to your office at 5 o'clock. But you must not tell the police.
Are you for real? This better not be a prank. Hello?
If I can't trust the police, then the newspaper is my only option. Only they can help Nina now. Mr. Maurer.
I'm sorry, but you just can't come in here without permission.
He's right. Besides, the BKA is only working on the serial murders of the middle-aged couples. All that you're going to find in this room is material for the murder at the castle, Inspector Lunge. Sir?
Please forgive me. I was just a bit curious.
But the crime you're investigating and this one happened at the same time, Detective. I mean, it couldn't have been the same murderer.
So I see. It appears that this man had been tied up. You didn't happen to find a rope or anything nearby, did you?
No. Seems the body had already been untied by the time the police arrived on the scene.
I see. Yes. There are 4 possible routes of escape from the scene. He also had to stay well out of sight. How crowded was the area where he'd come out? And how much light was there? Here it is.
Nina, it's me, Tenma. I'm back. Nina, you can come out now. It's all right. Hey, Nina? Oh, no. Nina! Nina! Where are you? Nina! He came for you, didn't he, Nina? I never should have left you here all alone.
Dr. Tenma, I don't blame you for saving my brother's life anymore. You did what you had to do as a doctor. It wasn't your fault. Please eat the sandwiches and get some rest, too. Please live on and continue to save...
Listen, Dieter. You can't keep following me around like this. It isn't gonna work. I can never stay in just one place, and you can't go to school like this. You won't make any friends.
I have a friend.
And who is that?
It's you.
That isn't what I meant.
Was it you? Well, were you the one showing me up in my own clinic? Keep your damn money. Maybe I'm just a country doctor, but I take care of my own. I would never stoop so low as to charge that poor drunkard for treatment.
Sir, I just...
You're probably some big city doctor out on vacation. I bet you're pleased as punch you got to go show us yokel some charity.
Hey, how's it going?
Come on, Dieter, let's go.
We're keeping you busy? Don't you know it?
Wait up! I'm not finished with you yet.
I'm terribly sorry. We're in a hurry. We have to get going now.
Fink got injured in a hit and run. Oh, you mean that guy who drinks too much?
Yeah. We're looking for any witnesses.
Yikes, good luck with that one.
Oh, hey there, Dr. Schumann. So how's Fink doing?
Looks like he's going to pull through. I'm more worried about the bottle doing him in.
And you are?
Who am I?
Dr. Chan. We're alumni from the same medical school. He figured he'd drop by the village while he's on vacation.
Dr. Chan, huh? Have you and I met somewhere before?
He took care of Fink, actually, since I was out making house calls. Good thing he was here, yes, sir. Speaking of house calls, guess where I went again today?
Where?
Heinz, isn't it obvious? I'm talking about your mother, Petra.
My mother?
You need to tell her to come down to the clinic right away. There's no telling what may be wrong with her without a checkup.
There's no way. She's too stubborn. Come on, you know that woman won't listen to anybody.
She's your mother. Stop acting so flip.
Don't worry, Doc. Trust me, Mom's not gonna die that easily.
What?
Besides, she raised me, so what's left to do? When it's time, she won't have any regrets.
What did you say? Bite your tongue. Petra has plenty of living to do. Do you hear me?
Why did you lie to him?
Because I never would have made it to Fink in time. No, he'd be dead right now if you hadn't stepped in like you did.
Thank you very much, sir.
You turned white as a sheet when you saw Heinz. How come? Never mind. At least now I know you're not some hotshot doctor from the city.
I'm in your debt, sir. I really do mean it. I don't know how I can ever pay you back.
Is that so? Hop in the car. I've got an idea.
Ow. Your splint is misaligned. I'll straighten it. This may hurt a bit, but just hang in there. There you go. That should do the trick.
Don't let me catch you not wearing that in the next 2 weeks.
Hey, Doc, I made some smooth apple wine. How about we drink to my new cast?
I think that's an awful idea. But I'll have a drink with you when the cast comes off.
You should be fine. 5 days and you can go back to the fields.
Good news, huh, Mr. Shona?
Doctor, why don't you take some potatoes? We had a good crop this year.
I'll remember that offer when I come back some afternoon with the truck. Thanks for the help. My specialty's internal medicine, but I have to be a jack of all trades out here. I'm all the doctoring these folks get, and there's only one of me.
It's wonderful.
Yeah, tranquility's the one thing this place has in spades.
No, I didn't mean the land. I mean how much you love all the people in this village. And at the same time, how much they all seem to love you back.
Love, huh? That ship sailed a long time ago. This is my job, and that's why I do it. Well, one last stop, and you're a free man. I saved the best for last.
You just don't quit, do you?
Quit! I don't even know the meaning of the word.
And it'll be the same thing no matter how many times you come back. Just leave, you quack.
It's like I'm talking to a mule. Petra's the mother of that officer who had you spooked. She collapsed 3 days ago, working in the fields. I talked her into coming down to the clinic, but she changed her mind on the way over. She's been holed up in there ever since.
That is worrisome. Not to butt in, but do you mind if I try talking to her?
It's not going to make a lick of difference.
Don't tell me you're still standing out there, you idiot.
I'll stand wherever I damn well want to, woman!
Doctor, please, you have to calm down. She'll never come out if you keep yelling at her like that.
You're getting a checkup, and that's final! I'm not going to stand the possibility of losing you!
Huh?
What I mean is, I wouldn't have anyone to fight with anymore. Also, I wouldn't be able to eat that goulash of hers if that stubborn old thing passed on.
Hey, mister, how come your face is red?
What did you say, you little brat?
Please, Miss Petra, open the door.
Another doctor? Are you kidding me?
What did I say? It's a waste of time.
So tell me, why do you hate doctors?
Why do I hate doctors? I'll tell you why. You play God with people's lives. That's why.
God? Don't I wish? Sometimes I think it would be great if we were. We try our best, but we make mistakes, too. Wouldn't it be great if doctors could be perfect like God and just heal people? When I see my patients, it's always the same. On the inside, I'm trembling like a leaf. Please, Miss Petra, let me at least see you.
Huh?
What is it I'm smelling? You're cooking up some goulash in here, aren't you?
Why are you asking? You like goulash or something?
I do, but it seems that Dr. Schumann is a particularly big fan of it. At least that's what he told me, anyway.
Well, that's news to me. I always make it for him and he eats it, but he never says a word.
He's very shy. This looks really delicious.
My goodness. My shoulders are so stiff and I still have a lot of food to prepare for tonight's dinner.
Stiff shoulders. Miss Petra, can you touch your chin down to your chest?
Of course I can. It's easy enough to do. Watch. Oh.
Let me just check something, ma'am. 4 fingers wide.
So what was that all about?
Oh, nothing.
How is she?
It isn't good. A subarachnoid hemorrhage.
Wait, what did you say? Petra!
Hey, Hines, the fax came in for a murder suspect. Make some copies. Is your mom okay? I heard that she had a fainting spell 3 days ago.
Oh, she's all right. Yeah, that tough old lady's gonna outlive all of us.
The first stroke occurred less than 3 days ago. We can still make it, but we need to operate immediately. Can we get a helicopter here in time?
Can you do it? Please. If you can perform this operation, then do it. If you can't, then my failings will have lost me the woman I love for a second time.
Are you sure that it's Kenzo Tenma?
Positive.
All right, he probably hasn't gone far. Set up checkpoints along the highway. If we catch this guy, it'll be big, Hines.
Yes, sir.
Prepare for emergency deployment.
This is great. If things go well, I'll get promoted.
Hey, Hines, you have a call.
This is Hines speaking. Oh? The nurse from the clinic?
What? Are you kidding me? My mother collapsed again? God, why didn't I drag her into town? If they had checked her at the state hospital, it wouldn't have come to this. Dr. Tenma, you're the only one who can save her.
Just as I suspected. It's an aneurysm of the middle cerebral artery.
Damn it. We don't even have a surgical microscope or a craniotome here.
I can still do it, as long as I have an aneurysm clip.
No, it's too difficult, even for someone of your caliber.
We've got no other option here. If the aneurysm ruptures, I'm afraid she's not going to survive the night.
It's my fault this is happening again.
What are you talking about, Dr. Schumann? Those aren't the words of a man who's single-handedly taken care of this entire town. I don't know what happened in the past, but you have to do the best job you can do right now. That's all we as doctors can do.
Yeah.
Hey, kid. Dr. Schumann's inside, isn't he?
Mm-hmm. He's operating right now.
What do you mean he's operating? Why are they doing it here at this clinic instead of taking her to the hospital in town?
Hey, don't worry. Tenma's in there helping.
Tenma's in there?
How's her blood pressure and pulse?
Blood pressure holding steady at 126/84. Her pulse is 88.
Amazing. He's so fast and efficient, even without the benefit of a craniotome.
What the hell are you doing?
We're operating on your mother. Isn't that obvious? What are you doing with that gun?
Put your hands up, Tenma. Do it!
If he stops now, she'll die. Is that what you want?
He's the one trying to kill her. Tenma is wanted for murder. He's a suspect in several killings.
What?
He killed a man in Heidelberg. And he's the prime suspect in the serial murders of those couples. Who would have thought that I'd find you here? Leave it to good old Mom, always looking for new ways to help out her boy. Now put your hands up, Tenma. If you don't, I'll shoot.
Like hell you will. This is a sterile operating room, or it was until you came barging in. Do you want your mother to die of meningitis? Because it's very likely to happen if you keep standing there.
Then stop the operation.
She's going to die, Hines. Don't you get it? There's a subarachnoid hemorrhage in your mother's brain, and she's had it for 3 entire days. If we don't save her now, she dies. Now get out of here, Hines.
No way. I'm on to you, Tenma. You're just planning on using my mom as a hostage so you can run away from here.
All right, nurse. Aneurysm clip and forceps, please. Aneurysm clip and forceps now.
Yes.
That's my mother on that table. I won't let anyone hurt her.
Yes, Petra's your mother, and you're her son.
But what kind of son have you been to her these past 5 years? I know you didn't visit her once since you left for the city. She sacrificed a lot for you, and what have you done for her in return? Anything? Listen, son, the folks we love can be gone in an instant. Do you remember what your mother's goulash tastes like? Even now, years later, Petra sets out a dish for you. I should know. I'm the one who eats it. Remember how delicious it is? Dr. Tenma is fighting to save your mother. He's giving it everything he's got. So if you ever want to taste that goulash again, you'll get out of here now!
See? Tenma's there, so it's okay. Blood pressure 140/86, pulse 82.
Good. Her vital signs have stabilized. Why don't you get some rest, Miss Pioneer?
Doctor, you've been up all day.
What, like you haven't? I'll be just fine.
Yes, sir.
You did well today. Dr. Tenma, you should get some rest, too.
Don't worry about me. I'm fine.
You're fine. That was a grueling operation. You must be dead on your feet.
I want to stay and make sure she pulls through. That way, when Miss Petra has recovered enough, you can go ahead and finally propose to her.
What do you mean, propose?
Huh? Hey, I thought you were supposed to be asleep.
I'm not sleeping. Not until I take him down to this station. What's he talking about, anyway? You're not thinking about marrying my mom, are you?
Of course not. Don't be stupid. Even if I did, I'm not the kind of man who's worthy of proposing to anyone. I used to work at the university hospital. Didn't give a damn about any of my patients. All I cared about was moving up the ladder faster than the next guy. I got in good with the director and ended up writing all his research papers for him. Would you believe it? Even married the boss's daughter. What a cliche. Oh, I moved up that damn ladder, all right. And ignored her like the rung she was. If only I had been a real doctor or shown her the least bit of attention. I'd have known in a moment. Huh? My wife came down with a simple cold. At least that's what I wrote it off as. If only I had looked at her, I would have seen it. An intern would have seen it. Severe liver failure. Before she died, she said,
I finally have your undivided attention.
I don't deserve to love anybody after what I did to that poor woman.
That's not true. You have been paying attention, Doctor. You've been watching over the people of this village. Petra is going to survive this because you were watching.
Do you still plan on taking this man to jail? He did everything in his power last night to save your mother's life. What kind of murderer would do that? Hines!
This is Hines. Get me the chief. Chief, I made a mistake. I'm sorry. We should cancel this search. The man I saw before was not Tenma. He was another doctor by the name of Chan. I thought it was him because he was Asian. Yes, that's right. Yes, sir. I'm very sorry.
The doctor from the state hospital sure did seem surprised.
Well, of course he did. He probably never expected to see such amazing results from a little clinic in the boonies.
Dr. Schumann! Are you really going to let that young doctor leave?
Huh?
I was making him something to eat, but he packed his bags and left with the kid.
Huh? Tenma! Don't go. This town is safe for you. There's no need to run away.
Dr. Schumann, what are you...
Dieter. This is a nice village, isn't it?
You're right. This village may be a very good place for a boy like Dieter here.
Yes, but not only for him. You could stop running. You'll be off the radar if you stay. The folks in this village need more than I can give them on my own. Together, there's no end to the good we could do.
I can't. I'm sorry, but I really have to be moving on.
But why?
Take care of Dieter. He's better off here.
Tenma, wait! I'm going with you!
Wait, Dr. Tenma, please! Think of the countless lives you could save if you stay! What's more important than that?
Save countless lives. Before I do that, there's a man whose life I have to end.
What are you...
Tenma!
You can't mean that! No! Damn it, you're a good man, Tenma! You fought like...
Hotel? Just because they stayed at the same hotel doesn't make him a John.
Have you decoded her client list for me?
Actually, we're still working on cracking that code. It's a lot tougher than we thought.
I'll do it myself. Just give me the disc.
Great. But don't you already have a bunch of other cases on your plate?
It doesn't matter. Give it to me.
There's something I've been meaning to ask you for a while.
What is it?
Well, how do you find the time to sleep?
What does that have to do with the case?
Huh?
It's an irrelevant question, Detective.
Well, have you gotten the chance to talk to him? It doesn't really matter when we tell him. He doesn't listen. He stopped listening to me a long time ago. I know, but the sooner you tell him, the better. Keep it down, you're being too loud. He's here, you know, working in his office. Yeah? I wonder why.
Damn it! Are you still trying to connect Councilman Boltzmann to the murder of that prostitute, Lungay?
Is there a problem with that, Chief?
Yes, there's a problem with that. I'm getting all sorts of grief from the Ministry of the Interior.
You're just going to have to smooth things out like you usually do.
No, I can't unburn any more bridges for you. It's too big.
Do whatever you can, Chief.
Give me a break here, Lungay. You're good, but you're only human. Sometimes you're gonna be wrong. Are you gonna risk your entire career on a dead hooker? Come on, do you need another feather in your cap? Oh, God. Don't tell me you're doing this for the principle of the thing.
Fame, justice. I'm not interested in either. All I know is a woman was murdered in cold blood. I'm just interested in finding the killer. Nothing else matters to me.
Lungay!
Excuse me, Inspector. You have a visitor.
Got it.
Huh?
I managed to figure out the encryption that she was using. Use this formula to get all the names on her client list.
Oh. That woman is here again, sir. You know the one, Ava Heinemann? Hey, you can't just come back here. We've been over this before.
When will Tenma be arrested? You have all you need.
It seems like you've been drinking quite a bit this morning.
Well, of course I've been drinking.
Just so you know, I've already figured out the case regarding Dr. Tenma.
Huh?
He insists that everything is the work of a man called Johann. But this Johann is just another personality within Tenma's mind. If you think about it, with this hypothesis, what seemed illogical now makes sense. All we have to do at this point is just wait for the police to capture him.
So that means it's not your problem once you got an arrest warrant. Is that what you're saying?
There are a lot of things I would like to ask him when we finally meet. Dr. Tenma, what an interesting individual he is. However, I have so many other cases piling up on my desk as we speak. If you'll excuse me.
Don't you people ever let up? I told you, Councilman Boltzmann has an alibi for that night.
An alibi? Of course he did. The murder was a professional.
I'm sorry. Are you honestly suggesting that my employer hired a hitman to kill that girl? Ridiculous.
I've cracked the code on the list of clients of the woman who was killed. Councilman Boltzmann's name was on that list.
You know, even if that were the case, it still doesn't prove that he had her killed.
Right. Come to think of it, that's as far as we've gotten.
I'm sure you'll be in touch. Now leave.
We're dead in the water without a smoking gun, wouldn't you say?
Are you familiar with a publishing house called Shellhorn? They're not a major company, but they stay in business by publishing tell-all books on famous people, like politicians. They're known to play very dirty. They hire unscrupulous women to build relationships with famous men in order to create scandals to write about. If I were you, I'd watch out for people like that.
Check and mate. You should have seen it. It was great. Boltzmann's guy just stared at him like, what? Lungay is unbelievable. Near as I can tell, all he does is work. He's a robot, I'm telling you.
Man, I hear you. The guy barely seems human to me.
What? Oh, right. Speaking of checkmate, there it is. What the hell? Hey, don't butt into our game, buddy.
You shouldn't waste your time with mind-numbing games. It seems after a simple little threat, the president of the publishing company chose to confess. Write a report.
Right away, sir.
Here, what do you think you're looking at? It's that call girl's notebook. It records the date and time and other details of encounters with a certain client. I can't really tell you the man's name. He's only referred to here by the initial B. Not to mention, Shellhorn Publishing also made arrangements with the woman to release her autobiography. Interesting, don't you think? Oh, by the way, have you ever been in contact with a man named Yanker? You may be aware that he is a professional hitman.
I want you to leave. You get the hell out of here now!
We're moving out, both of us, right now. Level with me. You never even noticed I was pregnant. Not even now, did you?
Are you going to the man who fathered your child?
What do you care? I bet you didn't even notice that I was having an affair with another man, did you?
Yes.
Inspector, it's me, in time. Baltimore's secretary. Look, I'll tell you everything, but you need to get over here right now. Please.
Understood. I have to go. We can talk about this later.
Inspector!
What just happened here?
The secretary! He committed suicide!
Councilman Boltzmann's an innocent man. Not much of a suicide note, but that's all we got. Lunge, I'm handing this one over to Inspector Kaminsky. I'm giving him the Reichner Park and Gallon murder cases, too. Given what happened, I think it's for the best.
So then, what am I supposed to do now?
Get your head together. Then we'll talk about work.
Well, Dr. Tenma, it seems there's nothing left to distract me.
Sorry, Inspector. You have a visitor? It's Ava Heinemann. I could tell her to come back another day if, you know.
No, show her in.
I had a great time, Ava.
How long? Until next time.
Not sure, babe. Maybe when I return from my next business trip.
Oh, I don't want to give you back to your wife. Come on, stay.
All right. I'll give you a call.
No, you won't be coming back. Not after getting in trouble for that perfumed handkerchief that I carefully placed in your suitcase. You stupid bastard. You were eavesdropping again, weren't you? You must see all the different men I'm with, isn't that right?
No.
Well, what then? You want to join in the fun, is that it?
No, of course not.
You pervert.
You're wrong.
I forget how nice it is. It's beautiful. I really love this garden. Looking at all this greenery helps me forget about the distasteful things out there.
Well, I'm so glad that you like it. I'm going to plant some mimosas here, and over there I'm planning to put up an arch for your roses. When summer gets here, it's going to be beautiful.
I'm wondering if maybe someone like you could be up to the task. So what do you think? Do you think you can make me happy?
Dad? Hey, Dad, are you listening to me? Dad!
Huh? Oh, how is my cooking today? Am I getting any better?
You haven't heard a single word I said, have you, Dad? How come you're always daydreaming? I bet you that's why Mom ran off with another man. Oh, I'm sorry.
It's fine, really. Actually, Coletta?
Yeah?
If Daddy, found someone he really liked...
Huh?
No, forget it. It's nothing. My cooking is pretty awful, right? Come on, tell the truth.
It's not so bad.
I see. Not bad, huh?
Sorry for the trouble. You're a gardener, but I'm asking you to do all these odd jobs.
No problem.
My handyman kept asking for time off and then quit.
Well, I'll do everything I can to help. Huh?
So, how about dinner tonight?
Oh, well, okay. Huh.
Why are you nervous?
Well, I'm not used to expensive restaurants like this.
If you want to be a man worthy of my company, you must be confident wherever you go. Just pretend you're working in my garden right now.
Yes, that's right. I do feel pretty confident when I'm out there working on something new in the yard.
I feel so satisfied when a garden turns out the way I envisioned it. I just love being out there, you know? People who like gardens can't be all that bad. And you did say you liked that garden the other day.
Are you trying to say that I'm a good person?
Yeah, of course. But you...
Well, go on.
You seem, kind of lonely.
I'm not the only one. I'm guessing that you're lonely, too.
I'm sorry. My daughter's probably worried about me, so I should get going.
Kenzo.
It's almost Christmas, Coletta.
You should tell Santa he doesn't have to come this year.
Hey, come on, sweetie. Don't say things like that.
Dad, celebrating Christmas just the two of us sounds lonely. Let's not do anything, okay?
Yeah, well, it might not just be the two of us celebrating this year, you know?
Huh?
The man you're looking at in those photographs ruined my life.
Sorry, I was just cleaning up.
His name is Kenzo Tenma. He's my ex-fiancé.
You're drinking again at this time of day?
Well, of course I've been drinking. I just went to see Inspector Lungay of the BKA. Can you believe that useless, incompetent inspector sent me away? All I want to know is when they're going to arrest Tenma.
The BKA? Arrest?
He killed my father and then ran away! Oh, he says he's innocent, but he's not fooling anybody. My future should have been gilded in gold as the daughter of the director of a large hospital. My 3 divorces, everything is his fault. And he blames the murders on Johan. This is Johan with my father. Do you think that this child could kill anyone?
Is that really what Tenma told you?
It's utter nonsense.
Have you ever shown this photograph to the police?
Of course not. Why would I?
Well, I don't know. It could be important evidence, maybe.
Tenma's the one who did it! Like Lungay says, he has a split personality, damn it!
Then tell me, why do you still keep framed pictures of him like this around the house years later? I figure deep down, you think Tenma is innocent. You still have feelings for him.
You watch too many soap operas. Out of all the men I've ever met, Kenzo satisfied the most of my requirements. His position suited me. He was an elite neurosurgeon whom many considered a genius. Besides, he spoiled me. And best of all, he never contradicted me. He just listened to my every single request. Yes, yes, yes! He was the man who always said yes to me. That man could have made me the happiest person in the world. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Do you think I would ever be able to fill his shoes? I'd be willing to tend your gardens for the rest of my life, if that would help to ease your pain any.
Don't flatter yourself just because I slept with you once. You were just something to pass the time. I was bored, that's all. I was playing with you, and you fell for it. You fool. Who do you think you are?
Ava, you are truly a sad and lonely person.
So are you!
On Christmas Day, I'm having a party at my house with my daughter. You're welcome to join us.
Wow, Dad, everything looks delicious. Did you really make this all by yourself?
Yep, but I can't guarantee it'll be good.
But isn't this way too much for the two of us?
Do you think so?
Mom's coming home for Christmas, huh? I'm right, aren't I? Well, aren't I, Dad?
Coletta.
It's Mom, she's home.
Charlotta.
Mommy!
I'm so sorry, dear. I'm sorry. ball with your hands like that. You're not the goalkeeper.
Quit your whining. Who died and made you ref? Where the hell did do-gooder go?
Where'd who go?
Tenma, dummy, Tenma!
He told me to stay with you for a while because he found the man he was looking for. That's all.
That's all? Who leaves a kid with someone like me? No way in hell. Thanks a lot, Tenma. I have to babysit? I hate kids. First he drops off the face of the earth, and then he saddles me with some random brat. Me and him had an agreement. Doesn't that mean nothing anymore? What the hell kind of doctor doesn't want to make some easy money?
Here.
Huh?
Hey, nice header.
Son of a... Did I look like I was ready to you?
Hey, remember what I said? You can't use your hands. That's a yellow card.
I'm throwing this into traffic if you mention the rules one more time.
You keep talking like that, you'll get a red card.
Shut up!
Huh? Why the hell are you so late? Hurry up and give me the stuff. Give me the stuff now!
Long time no see, Detective Messner.
Dr. Tenma, but...
That's right. That's exactly what you called me back when we first met, before I even got around to telling you what my occupation was. But that was a long time ago. My days in medicine are over. But I suppose you're no longer a detective. Detective suspended on narcotics charges. This article really came as a shock when I read it 6 months ago. Don't even think about running away. I have a gun trained on you under my jacket.
All right, what do you want with me?
I need answers. What happened in Heidelberg almost a year ago? And who was behind it all? Who ordered you to do such a terrible thing?
I don't know anything.
You killed the Fordners and Mr. Maurer from the Post.
It wasn't me that did it. I was hired as the lookout, that's all. And my partner Mueller, he did it. He killed all of them.
Detective Mueller also left the force soon after the murders.
Yeah, he did. I hear that he's very well off. Turns out he's doing good with his money.
You, on the other hand, ended up wasting all of your money on your drug habit. That sound about right?
He was the one who took on the job, and he was the one who committed the murders. He ended up getting the largest portion of the reward. They even tried to get rid of me. They tried to kill me to make sure I didn't go to the cops.
I'm surprised you're still breathing.
It was the organization that helped me.
Organization?
Enough. I already told her too much as it is.
Told her? Her who?
Leave me alone already. I can't deal with you right now.
Looks like you're going through withdrawal. And with me sitting here, no dealer would come within 20 feet of you, so I suggest you start talking.
I was saved by the baby.
The baby?
Go to a pub called Candy. You can find him there.
Wait, who's this baby you're talking about?
He's a right-wing extremist. He's also a high official in two of their major political parties. After the wall fell, the baby tried to create a town of only pure-blooded Germans, but his plan failed and now he's come back.
But why'd he do it? Why'd he bother saving you?
The darkness. After the Berlin Wall fell, a great darkness was created. A monster. A monster was born.
A monster?
Now leave me alone. I've already said everything to that girl. You understand?
What girl, Messner?
She came for revenge and pointed a gun at me. She's the daughter of that older couple we murdered.
You're saying Anna? I mean, Nina Fortner came to see you then?
The baby said to me that I was to send that girl to him if I ever saw her, or if she ever showed up around these parts. He said that she's important to use as bait.
He's using her as bait?
You don't give up, do you? You're getting to be a regular coming back all the time. How about I rent you for an hour or two so the night ain't a total waste?
You're the one who said I'd get in trouble if I did business without the baby's permission.
Well, we got ourselves a mouthy one. Yeah, not so clever now, are you?
Is this the girl who keeps asking to see the baby?
Yes, sir.
It seems you're getting your wish. Don't keep him waiting.
Please wait right here, miss. Stand on that eye motif, if you'd be so kind. Directly over the iris, please. Yes, much better.
Now tell me, Nina Fortner, doesn't this song resonate with you right down to the soles of your feet? I have to dance.
The baby told me. The day another Hitler is born to us, our country will be saved. The girl will be the perfect bait for him.
Nina!
How is it that you know my name?
That's the least of what I know. You've also answered to the name of Anna Liebert, but the former is just as false as the latter. A rose by any other name does smell as sweet, but they call me the baby, so I'm biased. Come on, let's cut the rug a bit.
Is it true that you know where my brother is right now?
Johann, right? Good name, yes.
You know, don't you?
What are you going to do when you finally have your little family reunion?
I'm going to take him down.
You shouldn't rip that out willy-nilly, miss. Someone's liable to get hurt. Patience, dear. Why, I'm sure Johann is searching for you even as we speak. I lived around here when I was your age. Know this place like the back of my hand. There's a fellow who buys antiques. Gonna sell him this rug I stumbled across.
What do you mean? Don't you have any money left, Mr. Heckle?
Shut your yap already. I'm hawking this rug so I can get the two of us something to eat. I don't hear you coming up with... Huh? Son of a... There goes the neighborhood.
Mr. Heckle, what's wrong?
Turks. This whole area is full of Turks now. Your so-called heirloom is a fake. Huh? What are you talking about? Feel it. Hand-woven silk. You can't bake this kind of quality.
It's synthetic. Tell you what, I'll give you 100 marks for it out of sheer sympathy.
Ha! More like sheer chicanery. The German guy who had this place would have given me 10 grand.
Well, you can take it or leave it.
Don't you come crying to me when you realize my rug is the real deal.
That one hanging on the wall is the real deal.
Huh?
It's a genuine Hedeke rug. There's your hand-woven silk. Look at the detail there in the patterns. It's perfect. 150,000 marks.
You sure got took for a ride. If you really can't tell the good stuff from that crap, I feel sorry for you. We're out of here, Dieter.
Hey, I'm getting kind of hungry.
That rug's real.
Huh?
It's a Haneke just like he said. Only 150 grand? I could get 800,000 for a rug as fancy as that.
Come on, let's get something to eat already.
Shut up! If I can get my hands on that rug, we'll be able to eat anything we want.
How you gonna do that? What are you talking about?
I'm sure I'll think of something. Huh? Don't give me that look. You're hungry, ain't ya?
Whatever, thief.
What? Put a sock in it, you little brat. Jeez.
Hold on a second. Where do you think you're going?
Sorry, but I'm not looking to buy.
That's not what I meant. Are you crazy? An Asian like you is gonna get killed if you walk into a place like that. They don't take kindly to foreigners in there.
But you're Turkish, aren't you? Is it all right for you to be doing business around here?
What are you, stupid? I wouldn't do business in a dump like this. A friend of mine was just abducted by a bunch of guys who were regulars there.
What?
It seems like she found out a secret of theirs.
A secret?
I don't know what it's all about, but I have to find her before something bad happens. Who knows what they're going to do to her?
A woman I know is in there too. I have to get her out.
Who is she? What does this woman look like? Does she have long blonde hair?
Don't know. I couldn't tell you what she looks like now.
Because they just took a young blonde girl away in a car.
Where'd they take her?
Hey, how should I know? But the baby was with them, so they probably went to his mansion.
The baby? What kind of car? What color was it?
It was big and red. I don't know.
All right, then. I've got to track down that red car before it's too late.
Wait. You have to do something to help my friend, too. Please help her. She has a small baby. If something happens to her, please!
This way, please. Without your gun. On this point, I'm afraid I must insist. Thank you for your cooperation.
Go ahead and sit wherever you like. So, the baby brought you in, eh? Eyes forward, let me see your face. Goodness, but I should have known you'd be quite a beauty. After all, you are Johann's twin sister. My name is Professor Giedlitz, and the man standing next to Johann in the picture is General Wolf. We created this organization along with a pair of other like-minded individuals. Where are my manners? Would you care for some fruit?
No, thank you. I want to see Johann.
And see him you will. Once he knows that you're here, no force on earth could keep him away. The boy suffers mightily in your absence.
You people don't know where Johann is either, do you?
We need him. His country needs him. We four shall help him fulfill his destiny. Do you have any idea how Hitler became possessed of such power? It's because he saw the three things a person would have to do to gain control of a country. Manipulate the banks, feed the war machine, and take command of the military. I'm sure Johann's working on one of those things right now. Or two. Really, it's a question of if, not when.
What exactly do you plan to do with Johann?
Think of it. Hitler bent a weakened nation to his will using nothing but raw charisma. All that from a man who only made corporal, a man whom art school wouldn't deign to let in. His charisma appeared after he hit his 30s. Not so with your brother, Johann. He was a leader of men even as a mere boy. Charisma of messianic proportions. But even Jesus Christ had help. Consider the three Magi and John the Baptist who heralded the Savior's arrival into the world, how they readied the way for his glory. Likewise, the four of us have been keeping track of Johann's talents ever since he was a little boy. Exciting, wouldn't you say?
What is it that you want with me?
Please accept our hospitality. Until Johann comes looking for you at the very least. Actually, I'm afraid I must insist. You know too much for us to let you walk away now.
Don't worry about that. I came here of my own volition. I will wait here for Johann.
Then we agree. Now then, you should at least try the fruit.
Good, you're finally awake. Don't look so worried. We're not going to hurt you. Not right away, at least. So what brings you to my little slice of the world, Dr. Tenma?
Wait, how do you already know what my name is?
Why don't you leave the questions to me? Now all you have to do is answer. Why exactly were you snooping around? I know you're looking for Johann, but I can't figure out why.
Where are you keeping Nina?
I told you to leave the questions to me, did I not?
What are you gonna do with her?
Why do you insist on facing me? Nina is our guest, whereas you are just a meddlesome piece of trash to be disposed of.
So, is she okay?
At the moment, but that'll change soon enough. She's determined to kill Johann, and we simply can't have that. Always a shame when a pretty girl dies before her time.
You're just using Nina as bait to draw out Johann? What are you planning on doing? Who the hell are you people?
That is enough! A person of the impure race has the right to ask no questions! Less races never know their place, which is why we're putting the Turkish quarter to the torch!
The whole quarter?
Indeed. The night sky tomorrow will be a thing of beauty, of fiery cleansing.
If I stay here, then I'll find Johann.
Please help. Help me.
Who are you?
Please, I beg of you.
Okay, where are you sounds like you're speaking with an accent. Where are you from?
I'm Turkish. Please, I've got to escape. They're going to kill me.
Have you been taken